Things are quiet now. But you won't believe how quickly the world came apart. The lights in the sky. Fires. The endless cold. Those who've survived have been brought to their knees. On their knees, they'll pray they make it through winter. When I was a doctor, I heard those same prayers. People hoping against hope. I couldn't do anything for them then. I'm not sure I can help them now, but I need to try. I know you're out there somewhere, fighting to survive for another day in a world that's forgotten us. Whatever happens, whatever you do, don't give up. Remember who we were. Don't let this new world break you. And I will see you again.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome on in. How's it going, Mavella, Captain Stabs? Anna, how are y'all doing? Hope y'all are having a great day. Happy New Year's Eve. Great day. Oh, hold on a second. Happy stupid thing. Anyway, there we go. But happy New Year's or New Year's Eve, wherever you may be. 2025 is almost behind us. We got all of 2026 coming up, so yay. You got a challenge. I'm not really taking any challenge requests, but go ahead and put it out there if you want. That's fine. We're sort of doing our own challenge right now. We're almost halfway done with it. We're trying to get to 1,000 days on this guy, so we got 453 days under us, and we're doing good. So we only have now, these are our final days in this zone. We only have now, 12 more days in Forlorn Muskegs. No closed interloper. How long? Done it already. We lasted a while. Yeah, no closed interloper's not that bad to do. I went ahead and did it where it was no closed except crafted clothing, which made it, a little more interesting. But yeah, we've done sort of a naked run before. It's really hard. It's really the no close thing. Captain Stabs is really hard. Like in the first 10 days or so are probably the toughest. Just because you basically just have to be making fires all the time. But nah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. You're pretty good. Still healing. Nice. Well, I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better. That's good. But yeah, no closed interloper. Yeah, that would last. I mean, it's doable. It's doable. You can definitely do it. You'll probably get a few frostbites. Probably get a few frostbites or so. But it's definitely doable. Let's see. We got our bow here. What's our bow's condition right now? Oh, it's still 72%. Our bow is in great shape. So we got 12 days. We got to figure out what we're going to do in those 12 days. I have not found a moose at all. Woo! Ron Tard, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Krontar, for that beautiful resub there. Well, I appreciate the offer, Captain Stubbs, but I will decline.
Krontar 308.
I don't really do this for money, so.
Best wishes for you, Atheenon.
Aw, thank you so much, man. Happy New Year's.
26.
Yeah, I don't really do this for money, and I don't like being beholden to anybody, on the internet for anything. So I will. And like I said, I'm not looking to do any other challenges right now. So, this is sort of our only challenge we're doing at the moment. But it's something I could consider down the road. I mean, we could definitely try a no clothing run later on. All right, we got some cedar and stuff here. What's our fuel sources look like? Okay, we got lots of sticks, coal, and all that. There we go. Nice, nice. All right. Well, God, I was really hoping we get a. I was really hoping that we would get a. A moose in the zone, but yeah, it just doesn't work. Doesn't work. Wow, yeah, it feels like a blizzard's coming on. I want to get to the cave over here though, and chill out for a little bit. We've pretty much done, I think, all the forging I need to do. It might, it might actually behoove us to make a few more arrowheads, just to take with us when we go. Maybe make like, I don't know, 10 more arrowheads. I know we have enough metal down here to do it. That would at least give us something to do. It is, what time of day is it? Oh, it's early morning. Okay. Early morning. Yeah, we've killed most of the wolves here. Hey, thank you for the 7 months there. Appreciate that very, very much. Thank you so much for the 7 months. Happy New Year's to you. Hope you're having a great end of your 2025. And I hope that you have a wonderful beginning to 2026.
994.
Let's go ahead and just get a fire started here.
Hope you are doing well and good luck today.
I am doing well. We're gonna play about 3 hours of Long Dark, then play a few hours of Expedition 33, and then I'm just gonna enjoy a quiet evening at home. I don't think I could do 20. I could probably do 20 days. I just don't care to. I don't care enough to bother. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that should give us enough metal. And yeah, let's make a little water here. Okay, now we're getting warm. Nice. You just make a little more water here while we let the fire burn down. Alrighty. Letting the fire kind of go down a little bit before we add our coal into it. Hey, thank you for the 500 bits, Jamir. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. And we're already into a hype train on that. Holy crap. Thank you so much for the hype train there. Appreciate it. Very, very kind of you. Okay, let's grab a little bit of ptarmigan meat. Yum, yum. And we'll grab one more little ptarmigan nub there. Have a couple nuggets. Some pigeon nuggets. Alright, we're at 48 degrees right now. How much coal do I have? I got 7 pieces of coal. I got a little bit more wood. Yeah, unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to get it up there high enough at the moment. Let's just drink some water. We'll get a little bit of sleep here. Triplia, it's going good. It's going good. We got just 12 days left here in this zone. And then we'll be on to Mountain Town, which I'm really excited to go to Mountain Town. That'll be a lot of fun. Now we will have a cougar to face off against in Mountain Town, which is going to make it a little bit tougher than it is here. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to build this fire up. We're going to grab this piece of fat, and we're going to get a little time pass.
My stomach, it hurts.
I know it does, my friend. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. You're gonna be just fine. There we go. Alright, we got plenty of time on the fire. Food poisoning is halted. Let's get some sleep. Hey, how's it going there, D4? How are ya? All right, we got that. Let's see. There's our fire. It's up at 60 degrees now. Let's eat some bear meats. Why not? We should probably go get some more of our food, but that's all right. We won't be here. We won't be here too much. All right. Let's go ahead and add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of coal. That should get it up to 150. Make a little bit of water while it warms up there. There we go. And by the way, Happy New Year's to all of you. I hope you're all having a good New Year's Eve, or it might already be New Year's where you're at. Just depends. All right, let's make some arrowheads. Why is it doing that? There we go. Let's make 4 arrowheads. Beautiful. You can make 4 arrowheads and boil 2 liters of water all at the same time, which is really nice.
I need to drop something.
It sort of lets you double up on what you're making. Now we're only gonna make 10 arrowheads. We're gonna take those with us to the next zone probably. Actually, you know what? We could make 12 arrowheads. Let's do that. That'll be even time. Then we got tons of fire left. We should probably just go grab that meat that's up there and bring it down here and cook some of it up. That is a lot of water. Hey, Monado Blade, Happy New Year's Eve to you as well. Or New Year's if it's already, already New Year where you are at. Let's just leave that there. I can eat that piece. Why not? And then let's head back up the hill. I'm gonna go over to the cave and grab some meat and just bring it down there so we just cook some up on that fire. I hate to have a fire like that just go to waste. I don't know if the wolf up here respawned or not, but we'll approach it carefully. Is that a stick? Nice. But yeah, 2026 is almost upon us, everybody. Crazy, crazy. It's already here. Still a few hours. Can't believe we're entering the final year for Long Dark 1 content. Well, I mean, there'll probably still be stuff they put out in Monado Blade, but it'll all be pretty minor. It'll be just, hot fixes, patching things that aren't working. We might get a new mechanic here or there. I think the Long Dark will kind of turn into a excuse me. I think the Long Dark will probably turn into a sort of a testing ground for some of the stuff they want to do in Black Frost. Do I think Black Frost will release next year? Probably not. That's a pretty easy probably not. I mean, if it does, great. I'll be excited, but
That is getting kind of heavy.
I'm not banking on it releasing next year. I think it'll release next year as much as Wintermute released this year. That's how much faith I have in it. It's got that much of a chance. Which, hey, there is a chance. There is a chance, but probably not much. See, I'm a little more optimistic. I think it'll probably be like spring of 2027. Now, we might see some early stuff on it next year, but I'm not sure. Hey, old fart, how you doing, buddy? All right, let's throw those arrowheads in there. Do you have anything else we want to throw in there? Nah, I think we're good. I got a little bit of fuel, but that's okay. We can take that with us. So yeah, I'm not banking on it releasing anytime soon. Let's just put it that way. Interested to see how the dev diaries roll out. Oh yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing is like, you know, I honestly, Monado Blade, think they've been kind of smart in not putting out too much information. It helps so they don't have to backtrack on what they've already committed to. Now, they've had to do that a little bit with Wintermute, but what can you do? Just finish decorating cupcakes if you want to see them. Oh, nice. Yeah, if you want to post it up on Discord, I'll go take a look. "28 minutes till New Year's in France." Nice. Well, Happy New Year's to you already. Happy New Year's to you already. My goodness. It's going to be rolling out. I mean, I'm on the West Coast, so our New Year's is still 10 hours away. 11 hours? 10 hours? 10 hours. A little under 10 hours away, I think. Yeah. It's almost 2:30 here. A little after 2:30. Hello, Wolfies. Are you anywhere over here? It looks like you're so drunk. Hey, it's New Year's. You can be drunk if you want to be. You can be as drunk as you want to be, my friend.
Can't feel my hands.
When's the raffle? There is no raffle. You're all winners. You're all winners in my book. What I do hope they do for 2026, release mods, support a separate game. They don't have the Wintermute survival intertwined nonsense. That'll greatly help the reduction in updates so much without ruining current runs. Hey, Hideo with the 8-month. You mean those points? You can use those points in the store. You can also
Atio_360 just resubscribed for 8 months.
You can roulette
New Year
them.
and best wishes from
Did I not?
Metal Mermaid in the UK.
There we go. You can roulette them and do all that sort of stuff with them. Well, thank you so much for the resub there, Ateo, Metal Mermaid. I hope you both have a happy New Year's. Yeah, those points are just that's a currency that we use. Oh, actually, most of this is cooked. I have very little that's not cooked.
Carry much more.
Very little that's not cooked. Okay, we'll take the ones that are not cooked with us. Yeah, those points are just for funsies. But you can spend them in the store as well, doing redeems and stuff like that. I was just going over to Discord right now. Check it out.
Freezing.
I'm gonna assume that it's under food. Oh, yum! I love cupcakes, especially like really soft, like juicy, nice cupcakes. Oh, those are the best. I don't like cupcakes that are like super dense. I like sort of more the airy kind of the airy cupcakes. I like those way more. Oh, Othan, you always post up the most delicious looking meats. Good God, man. Good God, man. Othan, you're evil. They're really fluffy. I like fluffy. But yes, you can roulette. You can also do you can also play slots with your points. Now slots pays off more, but the chances of winning are pretty low. Chances of winning are a little bit low. So, see, I got 2 Bible thumps and a snakehead. So, Speaking of meat, I made a venison meatloaf and it was delicious. Yum. I had some meatloaf just the other day. It was delicious too. I love meatloaf. Meatloaf is such a good one. Janet, thank you for the 7 months at the bear level over on YouTube. Happy New Year. Glad you're on. Needed a break from Hotel Renovator. Well, welcome on in, Janet. I hope you're having a great New Year's Eve. Happy New Year to you as well. Happy New Year as well. I got so much stink on me. I have 3 smell lines. So if there's gonna be wolves coming, if there's wolves out here, they're gonna definitely be coming to get me. They'll be able to smell me, no problem. Surprised it wasn't dry at all and tasted better than regular beef meatloaf. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, let's put down our, I always like to cook the meat in a pan. I don't know why. I don't know why. Just sounds better in a pan, you know? Yeah, we got 7 hours on that fire still. Yum, yum. Oh, that was... I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but there was like a motorcycle that went by the place. It was like... It was like really loud. I was like, what the hell is that noise? That was really wild. Alright. And thank you to all of our members over on the YouTube side. Thank you for all the subscribers over here on the Twitch side as well. Appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for all the support. It's been quite the 2025. A lot of changes, a lot of life changes for me. Thank you for putting up with all my craziness this year. My God, I'm hoping things are gonna sort of settle down here come the new year. In fact, I'm looking forward to them settling down quite a bit. Let's add a few more sticks to the fire, because we're probably going to try to sleep here tonight. Dan of the drunk. You're not Dan of the dead anymore, you're Dan of the drunk. See, now that I know that that 4 is an A, I can read it. I cannot stay, my brain cannot transform numbers into letters. It just doesn't work. All I see is D4N. I don't see that as an A usually. But now that you said it, I can see it. I just can't see it beforehand. Yeah, I better keep that fire going. It is getting nasty out. It's nasty, boy. We got 9 hours on it, though, so we're good. Woo! We love it. But I think more that's just to do with when we grew up. When we grew up, numbers were numbers. You know, when I grew up, numbers were numbers, letters were letters. The two were not interchanged, period. The most common one you would see is like, you know, they had those shows back in the day where they'd have like a fish plus, they'd show like a picture of a fish plus, you know, something, a letter, and you'd have to figure out what the clues added up to. And though they'd have like an H plus an 8, and you'd have to be like, oh, that's 8, or something like that. That was the closest we ever came to it. And I sucked at those too. I sucked at those too. All right, it's almost bedtime. Let's just eat that piece of meat down. Dropped down into the 30s in Florida last night. I think I'm gonna freeze to death. Oh my goodness, that's pretty nutty for 30s. Jeez, that concentration. Yeah, I think that was concentration. What was that concentration? Was that concentration? Yeah. It's the Rubus form is centuries old and has been used in various forms. The most popular contemporary form prior to concentration involved pictures, letters, and numbers, as well as plus and minus signs to add or delete parts of a word or phrase. So that was it. Yep, that was it. Concentration. Original network daytime series that aired on NBC for 14 years. 14 years they had concentration on. That's crazy. That is nutty. You left your water dripping that much, I know. Yeah, I would imagine. See, now here in Oregon, it can get down, unless it gets really super cold here in Oregon. Freezing doesn't mean that much. Our pipes are pretty low. Our pipes, you generally, they buried the pipes here in Oregon pretty low because they know, we get freezing all the time in the winter. So they know to bury them deeper and insulate them and stuff. But I would imagine in places that are a little bit less susceptible to that kind of weather, it's not like as important to do that. So it's definitely a good idea to leave it dripping a little bit. 11 days left, boys and girls. Nice. We should be able to sleep 10 hours, no problem at all. We did that last night too, but it was 4 when I went to bed.
Can't be far behind.
Whoa. It's dusk, but night can't be far... I don't understand what you're saying there, my friend. How much fire do we got left here? Oh, we got 2 hours left. Nice.
Neat.
I know you need water. Just shush-a-bye. We also need to figure out what we're going to take over to our final location. Look at that. Mending is almost at 5. Almost there. Almost there. Got 9 days or 11 days left. Let's get a little more sleep if we can. Hour 54. Let's go ahead and just get a little more water made while we're here. You never, ever are sad when you come back and find water somewhere.
Looks like I made it through another night.
Or food. Either one. You're never sad when you find either one. Just laying around. Okay. So now I gotta think of what we want to take with us here. Okay, we got a little time left on the fire. I'm just gonna take some torches. Break these down real quick. Because why not? Get a few of our sticks back. Not that we're really desperate for sticks or anything. Yeah, this December's been really super mild, old fart. Really super mild. I mean, we've been in the 30s and 40s, all December. I think what is it today out there? Right now it is 46 degrees and mostly sunny outside. Yeah. Let's see what the warmest December in Portland, Oregon. Portland just experienced its warmest December on a record in 2025, with the average temperature approximately 47 degrees, beating the previous record set in 1950 of 46.4. So yeah, this is the warmest December in Portland. 2023 was second warmest, closely followed by 1950, making the recent period exceptionally warm for the city's December weather. So yep, this is the warmest on record for Oregon. It has been really warm. I will grant you that. It's been super warm. Personally, I don't mind. I hate the snow. I know I'm playing the long dark, and I'm like, I hate the snow. I hate snow in real life. Let's put it that way. I hate having to slog through snow in real life. More than anything, just getting to and from work is always a pain in the ass. That's the main thing I hate. Alrighty, we got a couple trips to make. We need to figure out what we're taking with us to Milton. Load that stuff up. Carry it over to the new. Carry it over to the Marsh Ridge. And then leave some of it there, and then come back and just kind of mess around for a little bit. I don't know if I even need to make another bow right now. Our bow's at 70%. I think we'll be okay. Snow is so nice, it's way more bright now. We definitely want to take our toolkit with us. So we're going to take that with us. The flower and the... Oh, I forgot I had these maples and birch up there on the wall. Alright, let's throw the birch in there. The maples in there. Throw our wood over here for the moment. I'm not going to count that in my weight because we'll basically strip down all of our weight if we can. It says 52 here, feels like 47. I'm staying inside. Probably not a bad idea. I'm going to take the arrow shafts with me. Actually, that arrow shafts and the arrowheads, my burdock root. I forgot I have 100 cattail stalks still in here. Holy mackerel. Take all my cloth. We'll be taking probably 21 feathers at least. I do want to take my tip-ups. There we go. Let's see. I don't really need the hatchet or the knife. My hatchet and knife are in great shape. Those are just backups now. I'd like to take the pry bar.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
But I don't think we need to take the pry bar because we'll find a pry bar there. We'll find a pry bar there. That just helps us get into the gas station super quick. Grab those for sure. We'll be leaving behind our rocks. Do I need the flares? Not really. Definitely leaving behind the torches. And leaving behind that. I do want to take a little bit more of this. There we go. YouTube's being weird again by holding people's comments for review. I don't know why it does that. I don't know. YouTube has just been strange lately, hasn't it? I don't really need to take the matches. I got plenty of matches on me. I think we'll leave some backup matches here. We definitely want to take a few cattails with us. Maybe 10 cattails. Yeah, there we go. We are perfectly underweight. Oh, and I have tons of water too. I've got water. I got water coming out of the wazoo. I know, water's coming out of my wazoo, boys and girls. Be careful. So we can probably afford to take the pry bar then. Oh, I want to take the woodworking tools. I can't forget about those. So yeah, that even with the woodworking tools, it's down below 53 or 43. So yeah, I think we take the pry bar with us. I think we do it. We'll use all of the hides and stuff that we have here to repair our clothing and all of our stuff up before we leave. But yeah. And I don't really need... I guess I could take one more leather with me. I don't really need to. Actually, though, let's leave the leather. Let's take one maple with us. And 2 guts. What does that weigh? That weighs half a kilo. What does a bow weigh? Oh, bow weighs half a kilo too. We might as well make the bow then. There's no point in not making the bow. Huh. Okay, well, I like our kit now. Actually, let's see. Where's the bedroll at? Okay, let's repair it. Repair the bedroll. Meal X, how you doing? We'll repair the bedroll there. We got 2 cloth left now. I'm gonna hold off. I could, you know what? Let's just repair a couple things. I'm gonna repair that real quick. And Happy New Year to you as well. So we'll repair that. We'll repair that. We might as well. There we go. Repair both of those. Where's our mending skill at? It has to be almost there. Yeah, it's almost there. Look how close it is to level 5. So close. I think we head over there now and drop stuff off. It's midnight and 7 minutes for you? Oh my goodness. Well, Happy New Year's to you. I'm just wondering, is it cheaper to carry the... I'm curious here. Let's see. Let's transfer one of you. 5, 7. Actually, I think it's better to carry the 0.15 for that. And that's 7. That's 12. Actually, it's I think the same weight on the arrows as well. Yeah. Same weight on the, so same for the arrows. It's just as cheap to carry the arrows as it is to carry the arrowhead, the arrow shaft, and the feathers. It's just as cheap to make it's just as cheap on weight to just make them and take them with me. So we're just gonna make them and take them with us, because why not? There's no point in not making them. So yeah, we're just gonna make the bow and arrow and the make the bow and arrow and the arrows here, because we already have a workbench. We got our toolkit with us. We're all good to go. Let's just do it. Personally, I think the only good thing about cold weather is the grass doesn't grow. That is true. There's not a lot of grass to cut when it's super cold out. That is one nice thing. Well, in 7 minutes, well, actually 5 minutes from now, Happy New Year. Happy New Year's to those of you who are having New Year's here in 5 minutes. That's awesome. All right, let's make a few more arrows then. I can only make 4 more anyway. Oh. Man, my nose is running like crazy right now. All right. So we've got 30 arrows now. I think we have enough arrows for the rest of the game. I really truly do think we have enough arrows to last us for the rest of the game at this point.
I might have to drop some gear.
Yeah, that's okay though. We don't have to worry about it yet. Let's go ahead and drink a little bit. We got our bear hide bed here that we're just gonna... Oh. Guess what? It's an Aurora, so we can just go ahead and start crafting our bow then. Might as well. Because the bow components weigh the same amount as the bow. So, it's like, why not just do it? Get her done. Get her done, baby. Let's go grab our food out here real quick. And we'll take a moment for we'll take a Hadrian moment as well. Look at that out there. I do love the auroras. The look of the auroras are so nice. Scary as crap to go out in them and travel around, but they sure look good. They sure look good, don't they? Alrighty. Oh, look at that beautiful bed. Let's get some sleep. Tomorrow we'll head over to the Marsh Ridge. Head over to Marsh Ridge and we will actually, let's eat first. We are a little bit on the heavy side. Actually, you know what? We have all these cattail heads here. Let's eat the cattail heads first. Let's do that. Let's do that first. Let's eat the cattail heads. We have like 100 of them here. We might as well eat them up. Get our vitamin C going a little bit. You notice we ate a lot of fish in Bleak Inlet. We haven't had any vitamin C issues at all in this zone in our 50 days here. So really, that's all you need to do to keep your vitamin C from like going the wrong way. Just make sure you like every once in a while you just like survive off a diet of fish for a while, you know, because then you won't have to worry about it. Transfer 20 of those. Drink some wogwa. I actually enjoy being outside in 40-degree weather. It's calm and dry. I'd be so aggravated when everybody was seeing them all over the place. I didn't get to see one except in the long dark. Yeah, I have not seen one myself, except in the long dark either. Yeah, I remember that time when everybody was seeing them all over the place. They're like, oh yeah, there was an aurora here and an aurora here, and I'm like, I didn't see it. 3 minutes to the new year here in France. Hope me gonna be the Batman in 2026 or Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Well, welcome to the new year. Welcome to the new year, Dan of the Dead. All right. Oh, you know one thing we do need to take with us that I almost forgot about is we do need to take a little bit of fuel with us. Just a wee bit of fuel. Let's take one of our coals. One of you. 12 sticks. There we go. We're counting down, boys and girls. It's going to be Happy New Year over in France here pretty quick. Happy New Year, guys. I see it just turned 3 o'clock here. That means it's Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026, those of you on the other side of the world who are 10 hours ahead of us. Or 9 hours ahead of us. I am taking the woodworking tools. Yes, I have those. I have my woodworking tools as well as my tool kit. Got all that good stuff on me. I do not like it foggy, but at least it's warm. That's the good thing. It's warm out. You notice we only got 1 arrow down temps right now. It's only -4, which is fan-frickin-tastic. I kind of hate the fog. Straight up. I understand its importance, but I kind of hate it. We're going to go the long way around. All those people posting pictures on Facebook is the ones really aggravated. I wanted to see one so bad. Yeah, well, you know, Janet, it's one of those things where I'm usually at sleep or at work at that time of day. So I'm either indoors sleeping or indoors working. Hey, there's a deer. Interesting. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing? Afternoon just got back from Pizza Place with an extra large Supreme with extra cheese and sausage. Wonder if I can finish half before midnight. I believe in you. I believe you can. I believe you can. Dan of the Dead, what Happy New Year to you as well. It's only -4 out. It's only -3 out now. If we had a torch out right now, we'd actually be warm. Believe it or not. I do need to grab a couple rocks. I dumped my rocks off there. I don't transition zone to zone with rocks in my pocket. Just because they weigh so much. No use weighing myself down. That's one of my rules, is when I transition from zone to zone, when I initially go into a new zone from the zone that I'm currently in, I have to be at my max carry weight or below. I can't be above 45 kilos. So I have to shed weight until I get down to where I can actually go into the new zone with the ability to climb right away if I want to. So that's one of our rules. Yeah, I got 9 hours to go still too, because I'm right there with you, old fart. Happiness and love to everyone in 2026. Well, I hope you have a wonderful 2026 as well, Mia. I hope your 2026 brings you all the good things you want. Can't believe it's almost here. That's crazy. 2025 just actually kind of went by very quickly, to be honest. I mean, it just feels, looking back on it, I mean, it's been a very busy year, but it went by pretty quickly. Christmas just snuck up on me like crazy, more than anything. But yeah, it went by pretty fast. Not gonna lie. There used to be 2 logs across this. Now there's only 1. Makes me sad. They took one of my logs away. It's interesting when they make little subtle changes like that. It's like, you know, you think back and you're like, wait a second, weren't there 2 logs across this little canyon a while ago? Yeah, there were. They just decided to change it for whatever reason. I think it had something to do with the pathing. I do have those arrows on me, too. You stay still, Mr. Ptarmigan. I want you. And I broke my arrow. Yoink. Hello, Mr. Ptarmigan. Oh, let's change back to regular arrows. One time we didn't do that. And there was a wolf that attacked us right by here. And it sort of screwed us up. And I'm using the wrong bow. Dang it. Working at Amazon Thanksgiving till the end of the year must be absolute blur. Yeah, it was. I mean, although it's funny, it's really slowed down right now. Last night was really super slow. I actually took off work early because it was so slow last night. It was just driving me insane. But no big deal. I picked up another shift on Friday where they're actually going to pay me $5 extra an hour to come in on Friday. They must know something we don't. Maybe they know that there's a lot of product coming in or something. But I was like, okay, I'll lose about 5 hours worth of work now, but I'll get back 10 hours worth of work on Friday at $5 an hour extra. I can learn to live with that. What are you? Oh, you're a torch. I'm expecting to see a wolf here somewhere. Old Fart lives out near me, Dan of the Dead. He lives out in Oregon as well. Out in Oregon in the USA. I know I know people in other countries are like, why do you say you're from Oregon? You're from the United States. And it's like, yeah, it's more than that though. I am from the United States, but we don't differentiate. We differentiate where we come from state-wise because it's very important. I don't want people to think I'm from California. Hey, it's getting cleared up a little bit. Nice. I just try to explain it to people who aren't, you know, who aren't from the U.S. Think of the United States as 50 small little countries. Every state in the U.S. is kind of like its own little country, and the United States is like the European Union. So France is its own little country, but you're part of the European Union. Oregon is it's sort of like its own little country, but we're part of the United States Union. And, you know, regionally, Oregon is very different from, say, Minnesota or New York or Illinois or, you know, New Jersey. Or Wisconsin, New Mexico, any of those places. Texas. Texas is really, really different from everywhere else. Heck, Texas is big enough to be its own country. We did put that rope there, but I don't, we don't believe in regional differences. Oh, it is massively different. I've gone to places in the Midwest or like on the East Coast, and I'm like, this is like going into a foreign nation here. Texas is Texas is a former country. The Lone Star State. Ugh. But, I mean, I've lived in Oregon for most of my life. I only lived out of Oregon for maybe like a year and a half. Back in my younger years. But I've pretty much lived here all my life. And, you know, I don't really go a whole lot else. Go a whole lot of different places. Oregon and the surrounding area has pretty much everything I need, so. I mean, I like to travel, but I don't travel that much. I get bored of traveling after a while. I'm kind of a homebody. I'm in the EU, so we do way more separation. The EU. EU. I can't get a mag lens. No, I can't. Let's just get a stick fire going. California was a republic. Well, and Oregon was a territory until they broke it up into Idaho, Washington, Montana. The Oregon Territory used to be the biggest territory in the U.S. For a long time. It was humongous. Yeah, if you look at old maps of the United States when the Oregon Territory... Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, it used to encompass all of Idaho, all of Washington, all of Oregon, and parts of Montana, and a little bit of, I think it looks like a little bit of Colorado as well. Or is it Colorado that it encompassed a little bit of? Yeah, a little bit of Colorado, I think too. No, not Colorado. That's too far north. What's the state right below Montana? I can never remember. My geography is really bad. Yeah, I've not died of dysentery yet, thank God. I've not died of dysentery yet. Oh, and the Oregon Territory went up north into Canada a little bit, too. Utah, thank you. Yeah, my geography's horrible. A little bit of Utah as well. I know, I should know more stuff. People from other countries do not realize how big the USA is. Heck, Texas is way bigger than the entire... You know, Oregon is bigger than the U. I think the UK could fit into Oregon. I think the UK can actually fit into Oregon. Yum, yum. So yeah, the UK is approximately 243,000 square kilometers. Oregon is 254,000 square kilometers. The United Kingdom is a population of 67 million. Oregon has 4.2 million. Oregon is larger than the UK and has roughly 63 million less people living in it than the UK does. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? And by the way, that's the UK including Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and England. So that's all four of those put together, where Oregon is just one spot. Isn't that nutty? That's just crazy. Uh-oh. I feel blizzard coming on. We're going to get something heated up and really quickly move along our way. Still figuring out why people were trying to get to Oregon and the Oregon Trail. They were trying to get out here because of the resources that were out here. The Willamette Valley, which I'm in right now. Back then, it was basically like... Back in the olden days... the Oregon Trail led to mainly the Willamette Valley and the Columbia River, where there was tons of fish, tons of farmland. The Pacific Northwest was kind of becoming a great place for the beaver pelt trade. That was like a big thing that drew a lot of people out here as well. But farming was definitely one of the things, because the farmland out here is like really good. Because it's basically, this is where the glaciers like carved out the Willamette Valley, and when they pulled back, they left tons of sediment and really fertile land behind. So lots of stuff, lots of reasons to come out to Oregon. But the fur trade was one of the big ones. The fur trade was one of the big reasons they came out here, because of the beaver pelts and that sort of stuff. Ow! That was mean. Okay. Just gonna get our flare out just in case we do run into a wolf here. (1883) finished up in Oregon. I don't know what that means, Bavella. I have no idea what that means. Janet died of dysentery on the Oregon Trail game. Atheenon died of dysentery in the long dark. Oh, it's a TV series. I don't watch a lot of that. Is that oh, that's one of those. Is that one of those that's like tied to Yellowstone or whatever? I've not seen any of those. That's the one that has like Kevin Costner in it or whatever, right? Yeah. I've not seen those. I've heard they're pretty good. It's a series by the guy who did Yellowstone. Gotcha. Yellowstone spinoff for sure. Okay. All right. I was like, 1883. I was like trying to rack my brain. What was the significance of that year in Oregon? I was like, what is that significance there? I don't know. All right, let's get in the cave here. Woo. Alrighty. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the other side of the cave here, and we're gonna leave a bunch of our stuff. I don't know if we'll have any coal in here or not. We might. Good thing it's getting on tonight because we're gonna sleep here tonight. I highly recommend it. 1883, not Yellowstone. So was Yellowstone not as good, or which one had Kevin Costner in it? Didn't one of those have Kevin Costner in it? Hey, piece of coal. Piece of coal. So that did have Kevin Costner. Yeah, I've seen like clips of it, you know, shorts and stuff of either 1883 or Yellowstone, one or the other. But the ones I saw had Kevin Costner in it, so I don't know which one that was. Oh, both of them have Kevin Costner in it? Oh. Okay, so I guess it could be both. Alrighty then. But they didn't end up in Oregon, because if they had, that's where Yellowstone would have been. It's not Oregon, unless I'm correct. No, Yellowstone is not in Oregon. Yellowstone is not in Oregon. It's pretty close to us, though. Oh, I do. I have a ptarmigan corpse on me. My ptarmigan corpse is sitting on me. I still need to pluck feathers from it. I got that on me. But it's all right. It's okay. 1883 is all Western without any of the modern shenanigans. Okay. So does 1883... Okay, so I guess canonically, 1883 in the series comes before Yellowstone then. I'd be guessing, right? Isn't Yellowstone more modern day? Maybe, I think. Yeah, feathers take so long to pluck. I wasn't willing to sit out by the fire and pluck them because it could have become like a nasty blizzard, and then we would have to walk up here in a blizzard, and I didn't want to do that. Thought Costner left the series? Oh, possibly. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop the toolkit here. Oh, I got my heavy hammer on me. We got to take that. Okay, I got to go back and drop that off at the... Drop the pry bar. Drop that. Actually, you know what we should do? We're going to go outside and store this stuff. Costner was only in Yellowstone? Okay. I thought he was only in one or the other. But I was unsure.
Something's gotta go.
Ow. We got lots of meat here. Yum, yum. Oh, I was like, why is my hearing so weird in the game right now? Oh, because I have a nasty wound. The prequel of Yellowstone were about Costner's father and grandfather, etc. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not real up on that. Okay, so let's make a fire.
He drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Oh, shushaby. You ain't drinking nobody's pee. Jeez Louise. I tell you, Will has some sort of fetish about pee or something. He sure likes to talk about drinking it a lot. Come on. All right, let's make a little water then, sir, since you're so enamored with it that you're thinking of drinking pee for some reason. I guess we can drink a little. We got a little bit of water we can drink. Not much, though. Actually, do I have some teas I can drink? Probably do. Yeah, I've got a couple teas to drink. Let's drink those down, too. Get our water out, and we stop right about there, and that turns them into little teas. That's naughty. Yeah, it is. It is naughty. Will is a very naughty boy. Will's a naughty, naughty boy. First one ended with them deciding that wherever the daughter died, who got shot by the arrow, that's where they would put their roots down. Okay. Fair enough. Just gonna grab torches out. We got some water now, so I'm not too worried about that. Wow, okay, there's a decent torch. And kind of a crappy torch, but that's okay. Alright, let's break down some torches here. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the forge and leave the heavy hammer. Spoilers, jeez. Yeah, I'm never gonna watch it, so. I really don't watch a lot of TV anymore. I just really don't. I don't have time. Between working, sleeping, streaming, eating, and then trying to just take care of real life stuff some days, I just don't have tons of time to watch TV shows, to be honest. It's kind of sad, but I just don't. I just don't. Ultimate, how are you doing? How's it going? I don't think we can sleep, but we're gonna try. Oh, I can sleep just a little bit. There we go. All right, it is morning. Let's go out. We're gonna drop some stuff off out here. Drop a few things off because
I can carry much more.
Oh, look at that beautiful sunrise. Oh man, my nose is just itching
Looks like
so
a new
bad.
day is dawning.
It's itching and running right now. Woo. I think it's this weather because whenever the weather is like middling, it's not like super hot or super cold. My sinuses and my nose just run like crazy. If it's super cold, no problem. If it's super hot, no problem. Anything in between, it's like, oh my god. Yeah, we'll store stuff out here. I almost wish you could move these items, but that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna store. We'll keep that out here. We'll keep the shafts here. Keep the burdock root in here. Let's just put the rest of the. Let's put those in there for right now. Crow feathers can go in there. Ptarmigan down. We'll put 19 of it in there. I got a few of those. I need to make those up. All right, we'll store those in there. I don't really need my fishing hooks on me. There's extra stuff taking up spaces in my inventory. Yeah, definitely put the pry bar and that in there. Put you in there as well. Put one of those in there. I think we're pretty good on everything else. Yeah, we got a bunch of sticks on us, but that's good. Nice. All right. There's so little new stuff worth watching. Sometimes I find myself on YouTube all day. Oh, me too. I'll get on a binge. I'll get on a binge on YouTube and just start watching stuff. If you're not afraid of bugs, there's a great channel on there called Ants Canada. The Ants Canada channel. And basically this guy builds a huge terrarium. It's called a vivarium. He builds this huge vivarium that he just like keeps ants and bugs and like some gecko lizards and stuff like that in it. And he basically just kind of like records the process of what he's doing over the time that he has it. It's really cool, actually. He puts together a really interesting series. And it's almost like a nature documentary kind of in a way. But it's kind of a controlled nature documentary. But it's pretty well done. I'd recommend his channel highly. He's got a whole series of videos on there. There's like 80 some videos. They're all like half-hour videos. And he shoots it sort of on a weekly basis where it's like, this week in the vivarium, this is what happened. And he'll add stuff to the vivarium. He'll take stuff out. Certain creatures will thrive and then go extinct. It's pretty cool. It's why YouTube exists. Plus, I've been getting into a kick lately with some space, space exploration stuff on YouTube with different YouTubers who look at what, Voyager found and these other space probes have found. It's just damn interesting stuff. It really, truly is. But, it's only interesting if you're interested in that stuff. Otherwise, I'm sure it's boring as crap to most people. I find it interesting. Hey Eugene, how's it going? Love my Kaya, how are you doing? Peace dog, how you doing? Finally caught you live, hope your run's going well. Also very busy, hope you have a great new year. Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. I hope you have a fantastic 2026 and all that it brings to you. I hope that your 2026 goes really super well. And I hope it's, I don't know if it started yet or not, but we'll see. On Friday, we'll have long, dark weather here between 0 and 70 to 75 frames per second winds. Frame per second. Let's repair both of our deerskin clothing, because why not? I have the materials for it, so why not do it? It gets our skill up a little bit more, and that's the most important thing. God, we have to be so close to level 5. We have to be so close. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that little sliver. We're so close. That little sliver. All right, I'm gonna leave some water here. We gotta go take our heavy hammer back home. I grabbed it at the forge. I never put it back down. What a doofus. All right. Whoo, feet per second. Oh, how do you measure winds in freedom minutes? Miles per hour. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. We'll have a word for the number 12. We'll call it a dozen. What other numbers will we have words for? None. Which is funny because none is actually the word for 0. Is another word for 0. So we do actually have a word for another word for numbers. Believe it or not. If you've never seen the Saturday Night Live sketch with George Washington, them basically getting ready to cross the Delaware, and he's giving his little speech about what we're fighting for. It's freaking hilarious. Let's leave the sticks here, because why not? I will take one stick with me. How many days? We only have like 9 days left. 8 days left. 8 days. Faith, how you doing? Hello. But yes, we call them miles per hour here. But we will reserve using feet and yards for very important things like sporting events. Like in running, track and field, as well as football. Where to next? We're going to go to Milton next. We're going to Mountain Town, then Hush River Valley. Broken Railroad will be our last hurrah in the old world. In the old world, it'll be our last hurrah. It'll be the last place we go to. And then we'll be off to Forsaken Airfield, Zone of Contamination, and finally Sundered Pass. That'll be the last zone we do. And I'm going to do them in that order so that we can complete the tales as we do it. Because when we get to Forsaken Airfield, we'll spend our 50 days there. We'll get the tail started, but then we'll need to travel back to the other zones to get the tail actually done. So we'll go back and do the tail in the other zones, and then we'll go back to Forsaken Airfield, finish it up, and go to the the new zone. Has there been any news? It's going to be like early next year before they put it out. It's going to be like spring of next year before Wintermute is out. They've already they gave a little, they had a little dev blog about it. They just freeze your ass off in the far territories. Yeah, then we freeze our butt off. Exactly, Dr. Shanks. Yep, we get to go freeze our ass off in the far territories. Loads of fun. It's a good time for everybody. Stick. There is a deer. I've seen a lot of deer around. I think the deer, it's weird now that they changed the, now that they've changed the spawns of all the animals, and the deer and the wolves and the rabbits can all share spawn points along with timber wolves as well. I've seen less wolves and more deer a lot of times, which is pretty wild, but that's okay. I remember back when I was 15 and school started teaching us the metric system. What a waste of time. Hey, you know, hey, when I was working on my cars, you know, especially stuff from Japan, I had to go buy separate tools, you know, to work on them, because the standard tools I had didn't work. Because they're close, but they aren't good for like really tight bolts and stuff. You'll just end up stripping your bolt. If you're using, say, a 12 millimeter versus a 3/4 inch or whatever the almost equivalent is, you'll basically strip out your stuff. I had to go buy a whole metric system of tools back then. Good times, good times. March 31st, I'm holding those suckers to it. Janet, you hold them to it. I hope that works out for you. I hope that works out for you. Let's just put it this way. I can't say I'm surprised that it got delayed again. Let's just be 100% honest, you know. Hinterland delaying something again, big shocker, right? It's like when you clear the wolves out, the deer come back. It kind of seems that way, doesn't it? Me too, I have 2 toolboxes. Oh, yeah. We call them freedom units because we're free, and we decide to use whatever units of measurement we want. I like that's one thing I like that he said in that little monologue was, we'll have a ruler with centimeters on one side and inches on the other. And the guy's like, oh, so we can see where they're lined up, where they line up? And he's like, yes, but they never will. Centimeters and inches will never line up. By the way, if you go up this little trailer here and you run and get over to this boxcar here, then no animal in the world can get you up here. And you can build fires up here too, which is pretty damn nice. Hello, little fire with some meat by it. This is where we killed one of the bears. Our first bear, as a matter of fact. Killed him right here. He died right on this little slope out here. It was quite exciting. It's very nice. Nate is hilarious. Yeah, Nate is super hilarious. I just, more than anything, I just love his delivery. He's just so deadpan on his delivery. I think that's the best part. Is he's just so deadpan on the delivery. The other part I liked in that is where he's like, in freedom for all. And the black guy goes, oh, does that mean we're we're gonna free the slaves as well. And he looks at him and goes, so you asked the question about the temperature. You asked the question about the temperature. The guy's like, no. And then he just rolls on. It's hilarious. It's like, oh my god. His delivery is just great in that though. That whole scene. If you've never seen it, just go look it up. You can find it on YouTube pretty easily. It's a great little comedy sketch. One of the funniest ones Saturday Night Live has done for a long time. I think one of my other favorite ones was the one they did with Bruce Willis with the Boys Night Out, or the Boys Night In, where the girls all leave and then the guys just start having this wild party. A wild, like, dance party and stuff while the gals are gone. The real boys come out. I think it's called Boys Dance Party. I'm pretty sure. Saturday Night Live has had some funny sketches over the years. I don't think that I would say probably, in my opinion, I'd say 80 to 85% of the stuff that Saturday Night Live does is not that funny. I don't find it funny anyway, but they do have some bangers every once in a while. But I think you know, comedy is super subjective as well, and you know, it's sort of like Sean was it Sean Gillis? One of those guys. I think it was like Gillis who said it. You know, where it's like he wants to stop people saying I'm offended by that, and saying I find that to be offensive. You know, or it's just saying just changing how they approach it. You know. It's fine to find something offensive. It doesn't mean that it's offensive. You can be, I am offended, you know, it takes a lot to offend me, to be honest. But, you know, what you find offensive may not be what some other person finds offensive. I mean, heck, not that many people know it, but one of the major people who wrote Blazing Saddles was Richard Pryor. And Blazing Saddles drops the N-word more than just about any movie I've ever seen. And Richard Pryor thought it was freaking hilarious. Mel Brooks was even like, should we be saying that much in there? And Richard Pryor was like, say it more. The Needs More Cowbell sketch, yeah. Needs more cowbell is great. Do I work tonight? No, I don't. I have tonight and tomorrow off. I did pick up a shift on Friday because I took yesterday off. Oh, Blazing Saddles is hilarious. Blazing Saddles is peak 1970s comedy. It's amazing. Blazing Saddles is great. See, I used to always love Hans and Franz. But then again, I think part of the problem with Saturday Night Live is that then In Living Color came out, and for those of you who've never seen In Living Color, you have to go watch In Living Color. I mean, Jim Carrey, the Damon Wayans and his brother. I mean, In Living Color came out and took it to a next level of irreverence that Saturday Night Live just couldn't compete with. Because Saturday Night Live always tries to play it a little bit safe. I mean, it's not super safe, but In Living Color just went off the rails and was absolutely freaking hilarious. And I think that's always tainted me a little bit as I look at Saturday Night Live as kind of, it's tame compared to In Living Color. And if you've never seen In Living Color, oh my god, you need to go watch some videos of it. Homie the Clown, Fire Marshal Bill. Oh, In Living Color was amazing. Well, that's actually snow blowing off the roof. I thought that was smoke at first, but that's snow blowing off the roof. I have never seen that before. That was wild. That was actual snow blowing off the roof there. Fire Marshal Bill is that's a great sketch. I mean, really, In Living Color, I mean, is really, you know, it's some of Jim Carrey's best work ever. Yeah, Jim Carrey thought he was too weird. Yeah, that was his superpower. That was his superpower, is being too weird. Jim Carrey was just a man of 1,000 faces. He could do so much with one expression or whatever. $5? Good Lord, that's a lot of money. How about I buy just one shrimp? How about I buy how many wings do I get for that? How about I buy just one wing? How much would one wing be? Oh, that was a great sketch. I'm not a Jim Carrey fan. See, I'm not a huge fan of a lot of his comedy stuff as far as movies go, Lazy Medic, but I think in certain instances he's really funny in certain things. I think he was way funnier in Living Color than he was, say, in Ace Ventura. I was never a big Ace Ventura fan. I think it was kind of a funny movie. I don't think it was great, but I know a lot of people love it. I actually like Jim Carrey more in something like The Truman Show. But Jim Carrey is a very physical comedian. Most of his comedy stuff comes from physicality, which either you're into or you're not into. Chris Rock was hilarious. Oh yeah, Chris Rock was hilarious. I mean, in Living Color was just peak. He yells too much for me. I like Truman Show, but I don't care much for comedians that always have to yell for the comedy. Yeah, well, yeah, he does yell a lot. He does. He's always talking very, very loud. You are 100% correct there. Throw you in there. Throw you in there. Wow, we got 32 kilos of wood in there. We have 180 sticks. 180 sticks. That's crazy. I'm going to grab some more cattails, because why not? There we go. Give us an even 30. Now, we do want to repair all of our stuff before we go. I do have a rabbit hide. I'm going to use that. Grab that. What's my travois at? 92%? That's not too bad. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. That's the thing is, like I said, Lazy Medic, comedy is very subjective. I don't find some comedians to be very funny. Others I find to be hilarious. I like more of a I do tend to like a more dry humor. I think that's one reason that I like British humor a lot. Because it's very kind of droll and kind of dry. It's not real. It's not very slapsticky. So it's very annoying when people yell for no good reason. I mean, who does that? I know who does that. Who yells for no reason? Who does that? Oh, Blackadder. Blackadder's amazing. I personally, out of all of them, Blackadder Goes Forth was great. I actually like Blackadder 2 and 3 almost a little bit more. I sort of like the medieval stuff. I think Blackadder Goes Forth was great, but I kind of like the Blackadder 2 and 3. Blackadder, the original Blackadder series, it's a little rough sometimes, but Blackadder 2 and 3 I really like a lot. And Blackadder Goes Forth is it's amazing. But if I had to choose any of them, I'd probably go with Blackadder 2. Let's see, which one was Blackadder 2? Let's see. Trying to think. Blackadder the Third. Yeah, Blackadder the Third. Yeah, Blackadder the Third was probably, I think that was my favorite one. No, was it Blackadder the Third? No, it was Blackadder the Second. Because that's the one that had the Queen in it, right? Yeah, that had Queen Elizabeth in it. Yeah. That's the one I love. That's the one that I really like. Had Nursey and Queen Elizabeth, Lord Percy, Lord Melchett. Yeah, those were great. And Tony Robinson is in that. Tony Robinson is amazing. He is so freaking funny. Him being Baldric. Baldric is like one of my favorite characters in that whole show. I love Baldric. Your wife used to live next to Rowan Atkinson years ago. A bit of Fry and Laurie, yeah. It has Hugh Laurie. It has Hugh Laurie in it. I think that's the thing that people don't realize is, everybody recognizes him from House, and everybody, sort of knows him from House, but he was in so much more before House, which is just hilarious. The first Blackadder was more like Mr. Bean, but all the following ones just got better and better since Blackadder got more and more sarcastic. Yeah. Peace, dog. Have a good one. Take care. Gotta run. Have a great one, man. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you. Hey, I just wanted to stop by. Wish you happy, healthy New Year. Much love from Germany. Happy New Year, Kingda. Happy New Year, my friend. I hope you have a wonderful 2026. And life is going well for you. Let's get some sleep. But yeah, Blackadder 2 was the one that I was really into. When Comcast added BBC, I watched a ton of British TV programs. Top Gear was my favorite until BBC gutted it. Yeah, the BBC did weird stuff with that. That was weird what they did with Top Gear. I was never a big Top Gear fan. Wasn't really my thing. I'm not like a motorhead. I don't really, cars and stuff are just like, to me, they're fun and everything. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't get that excited about them. But I mean, I've seen a little bit of it, but I just never got into it. But yeah, Top Gear I heard went downhill real quick once BBC started dabbling their fingers in the whole thing. But then again, that happens a lot with corporations. They get a good thing and then they kind of mess around with it. They're always trying to make it better when it was already good to begin with. Kingda with a 6th month. Thanks so much for the 6 months there. Happy New Year again to you, my friend. Yeah, a lot of places will do that though. They'll mess with something. Oh, we got cattails I want to eat. I'm sorry. I'm zoning out to get meat, but I want to eat my cattails instead. Because we got so damn many of them. But yeah, a lot of things, corporations and TV corporations especially will do a lot of that sort of stuff. See you later, peace dog. Have a good one. I mean, look at what happened with Firefly. I mean, they didn't believe in it. They basically just killed the series because they didn't believe in it. Which, I mean, if Firefly had survived and gone on, would it have gained the following that it has today? Who knows? It sort of has almost reached cult status, though, because of what they did to it. And that's the thing is, like, sometimes bad things happen, but it sort of elevates a thing to a higher level than it could even if it had achieved if it had kept going on. So who knows? Netflix is well known for always producing stellar content. Please don't kill me, Netflix AI overlord. Mature Gamer just gifted 5 memberships to the YouTube side. Too skinny to be fat. Welcome on in. Chance Rhodes, Crash Hobby, or Carish Hobby, and 1718, welcome on in. Happy New Year's to y'all. Jerome Bauer, welcome on in. Happy New Year's to you. Well, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships there, Mature Gamer. I appreciate that. That's so kind of you to do. Thank you so much for those five gifted memberships. That was very, very nice of you. Welcome on into the new members. All right, so we don't have much time left here. We've got now less than 7 days. 7 days to go. Now comes the time where we're like, okay, what do we do for 7 days? What do we do for 7 days? See, look at this. We've done this challenge before, a long time ago. Look at that. 67 days in Pleasant Valley, 51 in Mystery Lake, 52, 50, 50, 51, 51, 51, 50, 50, 54, 50. Now, I don't count Transfer Pass as a 50-day zone, but it's on here anyway. 71, 57, 73 in Thunder Pass. Just became an affiliate on Twitch. Oh, nice! Mature Gamer, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. What is your Twitch handle? What is your Twitch handle there? Oh, it's the same? Oh, okay, there we go. I got you, okay. Oh, I am following you. Excellent, awesome. Okay, there we go. I do have you followed. Let's get your channel out there for everybody else to see too. Oh, somebody already did it. BK,
you'll take care
BK is already on it.
Fresh bodies on the beds, Jojo.
BK is already on it. BK, you are the man. See, BK takes care of all that stuff for me. He takes care of all of that stuff for me, so thank you, BK. I appreciate you. There, I put it up on the YouTube side as well, so people go check it out there too. But yeah, we only have 7 days left in Forlorn Muskeg, and then we're off to Mountain Town, then to Hush River Valley, then to Broken Railroad, then off to Forsaken Airfield. Now our goal ultimately with this character is to get him to 700, to get him to 1,000 days. We not only want to get him to 1,000 days, we want to achieve a bunch of the challenges that we have not, or a bunch of the achievements that we have not got in the Long Dark yet. Some of which we have got on this run already. We did get a few. We got 63 of 75 achievements right now, and so we're still missing 12 achievements, which is sad. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mature Gamer, thank you for the 5 gifted subs on Twitch as well. Pointed out to MRM, Rodowitch, Homer Joe, Andrew, Prof Niles. Welcome on in. Because I'm missing, let's see. To tell the truth, I cannot do. Yeah, for that one, you have to collect all 7 expansion firearm variants in a single game. Can't do it. 7 minutes to New Year's there. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, Mature Gamer. Love you too, man. Thank you so much. Expert Angler, we're very close to. We've already caught the Golden Eye, the Red Irish Lord, and the Rocked Fish. We just have to catch a burbot. That's the only one we have left. Goods and services, I do want to get the highest level of trust with the trader, so we got to do that one. I missed this farm sim adventure. I know, not enough time. Yeah, I know. So, broken body, survive long enough to receive the affliction of misery. I have to get that one still. That one I can't get in this game either. Reach all 6 Vista locations in the Far Territory in a single game. We're going to do that in this file. Take 10 photos with each type of film. We're going to do that in this file. Find and cook 9 unique recipes. We're going to do that in this file. Collect 12 mementos, 1 from each lower Great Bear Island region in a single game. I think I've collected a memento in each of the zones so far. So I think we're going to get that in this file. The exposure one, take a photo in each Great Bear Island region for a total of 16 in a single game. We're going to do that in this file. Survive 25 consecutive days in the Langston Mine. We're going to do that one in this file as well. Survive 25 cougar struggles now. Survive 1,000 days in a single survival mode without cheating death. We're doing that this file as well, hopefully. Well, Happy New Year to you, Eugene. Happy New Year. I hope you have a great 2026. But yeah, Faith, I miss doing this. I miss doing the farm sim adventure too. I just wish I had more time. But we are going to do a little bit of Expedition 33 today as well. So I am going to work through that game and get it done. Grab a few more cattails there. I'm just going to repair the wolfskin coat. Because why not? We might as well. It's not damaged very much, but hey, you know what? It gives us a skill up, and we have a wolf skin, and we have guts, so we might as well do it. I think I have one more cloth left too, don't I? Yeah, I got one more cloth. I got those. Let's repair our gloves up. And yeah, let's repair our sweater. We're gonna get so much cloth when we go into the next zone. I was hoping that would give it to us. Oh, we are so damn close. Look at that, we are so close. There's like a sliver, you can barely see the sliver. My God, man. Good God, man. I could repair the, I could repair that. I have enough leather. Let's repair that. That's one more skill up for us. We are like within 1 or 2 skill ups now of getting it. Damn it. I keep hoping to hear the vroom. I keep hoping to hear the good news, but no. No such luck. By the way, I'm playing with Settled Mind, so we do not need to worry about cabin fever at all. That's why I'm not really worried about going outside or anything. Now, in a normal game, I'd be like, okay, I have to manage my time inside and outside. You know, for stuff like we just did, I probably would have gone over to the cave and repaired clothing in there so that we wouldn't have the indoor time stacking up on us. But since we took Settled Mind, we don't have to worry about cabin fever, which I like. I don't like having to worry about cabin fever. It's so annoying. Okay, so we have no more cloth. We could repair that. Everything else is 100. I guess I can grab another piece of leather out of here. Take one more piece. Actually, I'll take 2 pieces of leather with me. My dog came and wanted me to take her outside, so I did. She just wanted to roll around in the snow. Some dogs love that stuff, Lazy Medic. I mean, I think as humans, we tend to forget that dogs, cats, that animals in general, they have this thing called fur that keeps them warm. I mean, there are some dogs that don't. I mean, there's dogs that have like the little, you know, like a boxer doesn't really have fur. But, you know, some big dogs, you know, they have actual fur. Cats have fur. And it keeps them warm outside. They like it, you know. They'll go outside and roll around in the snow and be like, are you crazy, dog? You're rolling around in the snow, aren't you cold? And they'll be like, no. They're like, no, Daddy, I'm nice and warm. Alright, I got some of those. Let's go ahead and drink one of the mushroom teas down. I successfully turned nocturnal on my vacation. Woke up at 6 p.m. today. Good thing I have time to go. I have time before I have to go back to work. Nice. It's one of her favorite things to do. And yeah, she's a German Shepherd with a long coat. She loves the cold. My Boston Terrier Grimly has a thin fur coat, but he doesn't mind the cold, but he hates rain. Doesn't mind the cold, but he hates rain. Well, yeah, rain sucks. I hate the rain too. I hate the rain as well. But hey, it's Oregon, so I love the rain. I hate it and I love it. It's still blowing and snowing outside, ain't it? Holy macaroni. Yeah, that's a big old blizzard. That's a big old blizzard. Oh. Oh, man. I don't know what it is. I was not meant to wear watches. They just hurt my wrist after a while. Even if I leave them on loose, they just hurt my wrist. I like watches. I got an Apple Watch now, but, yeah. Moose yet? No, I'm of the opinion, Faith, that we're not getting a moose in this zone. I've not found moose marks anywhere in the zone, and there's been nothing to give me, the impression that the moose is even around. Love the data. Wrist does not like it. Yeah. But you know, for me, John, I've never been a wristwatch person. I've never been a wristwatch person. I would wear wristwatches back in the day, but I couldn't wear them for very long because they'd hurt,
I just want
and I'd break the wristband because I'd be playing with it all the time. So yeah, I don't do well with wristwatches for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe it might be a little bit of ADHD, you know, I don't know. I probably have something that's causing, I fidget a lot, so. So yeah, I for years had no watch at all. This has like Snoopy on it, look. Look, there's a Snoopy on it. See, there's a little Snoopy on him. And if I click it off and click it on, he like looks at you meanly, and then he does things. It has like little animations. I took that as my watch face. I was like, well, that's kind of cool. I like those little animations, and I love Snoopy. See, like right now he's a little teacher, and now he's sleeping on his doghouse. When the hands on the watch are in certain positions, he'll like slide down the watch hands, which is kind of fun. Hey, Slurricane, how you doing? Welcome on in. Happy New Year to everybody. Yeah, I never was a watch wearer though. I wanted to wear watches back then, John, because I mean that was really the only way we had to keep time. But yeah, I never could do it. I could never pull it off. I tried wearing watches, it just never worked for me.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna die.
You ain't gonna die. Shush bye, big baby. We're just passing some time. Snoopy is awesome. Yes, he is. Snoopy is amazing. Although I'm a big fan of Woodstock as well. I like Woodstock. Although I always kind of commiserated with Charlie Brown. You know? Charlie Brown was kind of like my spirit animal growing up. It's like, yeah, I feel you, brother. I feel you. It was like 1980s, got one for my cousin. Some people wear their wristwatch with a face on the inside of their wrist. Never understood why. Why would you? I don't get that. Swift Moose, how you doing? Happy New Year! Oh, well, let's go grab some cattails. We'll take them up north with us. So now we only have 6 days left in the Muskeg, boys and girls. 6 days. We'll grab another 10. We're chowing through our cattails like crazy. You know, we could break these down. Yeah, let's break those down. I'm going to break those down into arrow shafts. Because why not? One day I'll get to kick the football. I know. Because your body needs to know what time it is. What time is it? It's Morbin time. I guess I could just take those with me. I don't need to worry about it. Let's take the bear hide and a couple of guts up there. And the rabbit and wolf hide up there. Guess I'll take the rest of my... Nah, I'm gonna leave actually one ptarmigan down here. So we have 10 ptarmigan down here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Somebody anonymously just gifted Casargo's Roar a sub. Welcome on in. I was never a wristwatch person, but now we're my Fitbit all the time.
Tier 1 sub to Cranebows.
I've been trying to be good and wear my Apple Watch because it does keep track of like my sleep and stuff for me. And I think if I keel over, it'll probably alert medical because I think I have it set up for that. So if I keel over, it might alert medical and save my life. So, you know, now that I'm older, I gotta keep those things in mind. Apple Watch shames my sleep schedule all the time. It does, you know, it's one of those where, like, my sleep schedule, you have to take what it says with a grain of salt because it's looking at what time you went to sleep. My sleep schedule's all over the place sometimes. But at least it lets me know, you know, that I'm getting REM sleep. It kind of gives me an idea if I was having trouble with, like, sleep apnea or something like that, because it keeps track of your breathing and stuff, which is actually pretty damn nice. I like that. So that's kind of cool. But it does shame your sleep a little bit. Like last night I got a sleep score of 59 because my duration was only 30 my interruptions I had 0. I got 0 out of 20 on interruptions because I was interrupted a whole bunch of times. And my bedtime was a little bit off and my duration wasn't that great. So yeah, it does shame you a little bit. The Apple Watch, Amazon job. Hey, you forgot Twitch streaming as well, BK. Amazon, duh. Apple Watch, Amazon job, Twitch streaming. Jeff Bezos is my overlord. All bow down to Overlord Bezos. And to Apple. The Apple Bezos overlords. It would be Steve Jobs, but he's not here with us any longer. But yeah, I mean, I like the sleep tracker just for, like, it's showing me where my heartbeat is, where my breathing is, you know, sort of how I'm doing generally. And it seems, according to it, I'm doing generally pretty good, so it's not bringing up any major concerns. But, you know, if I have a heart grabber at some point, a chest grabber, you know, it'll alert authorities that I need medical help. Now, whether I'll get that medical help or not, we'll see, but at least it'll alert people. It'll say, hey, Atheenon's dying. And I'll be like, yes, I am. Call 911. 911. 911. If you have small children, it probably yells at you all the time. Yeah, I usually just track the totals on it too, John. And like I said, I look at like my sleep and stuff like that. What about Steve Wozniak? Wozniak? I can never say his last name right. I like that as a feature to alert people. I wonder if Fitbit does. It may. You can also program into the Apple Watch like medical stuff that you need to, you know, like if a medical person needs to attend to you, they can access it. Jobs Watch keeps you on time to get a job for yeah. Jobs Watch keeps you on time to get your job, get to your job at Lord Bezos' warehouse. Yes, exactly. Although last night it was really super slow. I actually went home after lunch because it was so slow. I was just like, nah. Used up a little by UPT, but I was like, okay, I'm standing around doing nothing, which I just hate. I'm such an antsy person. I literally can't stand around and do nothing, even though I'm getting paid for it. I just can't stand around and do it. It's not in my nature. And they offered us a shift on Friday where they were paying us $5 extra an hour. So I was like, okay, I can either stand around now and not get paid, or I can go home and get paid regular wage, or I can go home and get some sleep, come back on Friday and get $5 extra an hour. I think I'll do that. And I'll get all my hours for the week, and I'll even get some overtime. Yeah, work is so much better when it's busy. It just flies by. When it's not busy, especially doing what I'm doing at Amazon, when it's not busy, it crawls. You're just standing there the entire time. And then if you get on your phone, a manager will come by and go, you can't be on your phone at your workstation. And it's like, well, if I had work at my workstation, I wouldn't be on my phone. Duh. especially when I'm in the top 1 to 3% on quality as well as production every single week. When I fall out of that, come and talk to me. Everyone is broke, so new orders are gonna be live for a while. Yeah, although, you know, people are still ordering tons of stuff off Amazon these days. How's the AI automation thingy? Not bad at all. Like Thanos, it's inevitable, and there's no fighting it. There's no going back. I mean, the only reason AI will not be implemented in certain places is that it's not profitable, is that it's cheaper to do it another way. That's the only reason it will not be implemented. To try to fight back against AI, you can do that, fine. It's going to happen whether you want it or not. I hate to say it. I don't really have strong feelings on it one way or the other, but you know, it's gonna happen one way or the other. It's the wave of the future. It's where they're going. Unless something catastrophic happens, it's happening. But as far as it goes at Amazon, I think honestly at this point, I mean, we have a lot of automated stuff in there. We have these giant Roombas that bring us the pods. That you know, bring us these big pods that we put all the product in, and I'm sure those are all run by AI or computers or whatever. But unless they do a lot of standardization on the size of items that Amazon accepts to put in those pods, I think it would be even for a computer system. I think it would take a lot. Thank you for the posture check. I think it would take a lot to program into the computer, into the AI, how to put away product or how to grab out certain products, unless it was very, unless they got it more standardized on. You can only send us items that are this size, or you know, but we get everything from tiny little slips of nothing to big old boxes to tiny bottles of stuff. There's so many different variants on the items that we get that it would just be really hard for a computer, I think, to really effectively put that stuff away. It takes kind of an intuition that computers don't have. Oh, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. The main thing I think that's going to hold back AI taking over a lot of stuff is there is just inevitably going to be some jobs that it is cheaper just to pay humans to do than to train up AI to do it. Because it's not so much that AI can't do it, it's that it costs a lot of money to train AI to do certain things. And AI can pretty much do everything, but it only does certain things really well. That's why most of the AI is being directly targeted towards certain specific goals or tasks or projects, because it is very good at doing certain things, but you have to train it up to do those things, and it's not that it could never be this way. It's not as adaptable as people are to changes, to unknowns, to things that are fluctuating all the time. Now, one day it could be. Not saying it can't, and one day it probably will be. I don't see that happening within my lifetime. I don't even see that happening probably within my children's lifetime. But yeah, and water and electricity are limiting factors for scaling up AI as well. It takes a huge amount of processing power. And sometimes it is just cheaper to pay humans to do it. It is cheaper just to pay humans to do it. You don't have to repair them. Yeah, they get sick and stuff, but like Amazon is such a huge crew of people that we're just all interchangeable cogs. I mean, I can just go home and they don't care. There's like, oh well, one less cog in the factory for the moment. I mean, it's hilarious. They just don't give a crap. Like last night, I didn't have to tell anybody I was going home. I just went home. And as long as you have paid off time or unpaid off time available, they don't really care. Now, if you start doing it beyond your limits, then they start to be like, hey, you're not being, reliable enough. But as long as you have UPT or PTO, you can just go home whenever you want. As long as you can cover it. Once you go into negative, then they start going, yeah, we're gonna have to look at your employment now because you're becoming a liability. Limiting factors won't stop corpse. Well, it all comes down to follow the money. The cost benefit to it is sometimes not good enough. The cost benefit is not enough sometimes to switch over to certain things. Child labor is cheap; it'll never be replaced. Oh yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, a lot of labor is very inexpensive and will never be replaced. Just because it's very inexpensive to hire people to do certain things. It just is. Now, inexpensive is a very loose term because I think I'm getting a pretty decent wage from Amazon. I mean, I'm getting paid more at Amazon than I was getting paid at, than I got paid at everything but my last job. Amazon pays very well. And is very good on time off, is very good on, working with you to get your schedule where you need it. I got health benefits now from Amazon. I mean, I'm not unhappy with my employment there. I've worked with, sure, do they have a lot of corpo garbage? Yeah, every corporation does. I've not worked at one large corporation that doesn't just have ridiculous, weird things that they have their employees like basically like rules and stuff like that they have their employees do. I've never worked at a company that didn't. They all have weird stuff that they require their employees to do. I mean, we got to go through all, we got all these different training things, which are basically, they're basically all the training stuff we do at Amazon is basically don't be an idiot. I call it don't be an idiot training. Because it's all stuff that normal people would never think of doing, but that they have to like specifically tell us don't do it. That way we can't sue them later when some moron does it because they're dumb.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Mainly corporations have to dumb it down for the lowest common denominator. They can't assume that people are going to be smart. They have to assume that people are going to be stupid. Because inevitably somebody will stick their finger in the assembly line and get it cut off and be like, "Oh, why'd that happen? Nobody told me I couldn't put my finger in between these two big metal pieces that chomp together." I just always find that hilarious. It's like don't ride on the forklift. On the front of the forklift. Well, duh. That's probably going to be dangerous if you do that. So, yeah, the don't get sued training. Yeah, the don't get sued training is always my funnest thing. It's like don't drink bleach, it could hurt you. Oh, really? Okay. All right. See, I'm a big Darwin. I'm a big Darwin supporter. I figure we let nature take its course and it will weed out the idiots, and then we'll have a stronger community in the end. But we're compassionate, and so we don't want people to suffer. So we try to help everybody out. But there is something to be said for Darwinism. There is something to be said for it. It definitely weeds out the people that need to be weeded out sometimes. At least it'll teach them a lesson. I don't want anybody to be harmed, but at least teach them a little bit of a lesson. The hospital used to make us take training about why we can't take metal tanks into the MRI. Yeah, that would probably be bad. Why you can't wear tons of why you can't wear tons of jewelry when you go into an MRI. A lot of workers out there should be going to work on a short yellow bus. Well, yeah. It's the old thing about how 100 years ago, those workers would be taking big rocks and turning them into little rocks. And there's nothing wrong with that. We need little rocks, but we don't have jobs for that anymore. We've automated turning big rocks into little rocks. And so we have to find other things for these people to do. And unfortunately, turning big rocks into little rocks is a legitimate job. And I think it's a worthy job. but it just, you know, there's no point, there's no place for people to do that anymore. So we have to find something else for him to do. Am I ready for the challenge? No. I told you already. I'm not doing a challenge. you asked that like at the beginning of the stream. I was like, yeah, it sounds interesting. Maybe one day I'll do something like that. But no, I'm not starting up any challenge. So I don't need to get hacked or don't need to give out client info training. Oh yeah, the don't get hacked or don't give out client info training. Oh yeah, most of them have it. Wait. You mean I shouldn't carry this torch in a room with all the gas cans in it? Yep. Oh yeah. That is for true. What time? I don't know. Could be any time. Could be probably sometime next year. Probably sometime next year. I say as it's less than 8 hours away from the new year. Probably sometime next year. I'm being as vague as possible. Maybe sometime next year. I don't know. Just something you need to know about me, Captain Stabs. The more somebody pressures me into doing something, the less I want to do it. I'm just saying. The more somebody wants me to do something, the more I'm one of those people that pushes back. I'm very resistant to being told what to do. That's just my generation. That's just me. We don't like being told what to do. We don't like even being offered, we don't like being offered opinions on what we should do. And so the more I'm told to do something, the less I want to do it. It's just how I've always been. And it could be even that I agree that it's a great idea, but if I'm being told that I need to agree it's a great idea, I will find every excuse to be like, no, it's a horrible idea. I hate it. I don't want to do it. Just how I am, man. Yeah, there's a name for that. It's stubborn. I come by it honestly. My mother's the same way. But no, that's just how I am. It's not saying I'm not ever gonna do it, but the more it's pushed on me, the less I want to do it. Oh, that's how I really feel. That is how I really feel. That's just the way the world works for me. I'm very much of the generation of don't tell me what I can't do. Don't tell me what I can do, and don't tell me what I can't do. I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want to. Why is it? Amazon just wished me Happy New Year. Aww. I'm fine with being told what to do as long as I know why I'm doing it. I can't stand pointless busy work. Oh, me either. As long as I'm given a good reason for, something. As long as I'm sort of given a good reason.
Just don't tell me what I can't do. Don't tell me what I can't do.
Don't ever tell me what I can't do, ever! Don't tell me what I can't do! Don't tell me what I can't.
What generation was that? I think it's very much Gen X thing. We grew up very very not being told what we could and couldn't do most of the time. Other than we always had one rule. Our parents always gave us one rule in Generation X that we always followed. And all you Generation X people know what that rule was. What were we told when we left the house? And then went off and did whatever we wanted to do for the entire day. You all know what it was. There was one rule. Exactly. Be home before the street lights come on. Be home before it's dark. That's all. And we knew for good. We knew we had to do that. We knew that was the one hard and fast rule that our parents non-negotiably would be honest about if we failed to meet it. If we failed to meet that one rule, we were in a world of trouble. And the only addendum to that is if you aren't going to be home before dark, you need to call from your friend's house and let us know where you are. As long as I did that, everything was fine. If I was chilling at a friend's house and it got dark, I'd be like, hey, I'm over at so-and-so's house. I'm just going to spend the night here. And parents would usually be like, totally fine. They'd be like, whose house are you at? All right, totally fine. They They wouldn't even check to see that you were there. You could just tell them you were at your friend's house. They'd be like, okay, that sounds great. Oh, it was so fun. So fun. Put their mom on the phone. My parents wouldn't even do that. But I never, see, the thing is, I never gave them reason to do that either. So, they knew all my friends, and they knew all my friends' parents, and I never really gave them reason. But yes, some parents did require them to put the mom on the phone. We're just gonna get a little food poisoning in us. Why not?
Oh, it hurts.
It was go fetch a Switch if you weren't home in time. You know, we never had that. My mom was a big believer in the wooden spoon. Big believer in the wooden spoon.
New Year, everyone.
My parents didn't let me roam completely, but I'm an older millennial. Yeah, well, and that's the thing, is that you know, we of Gen X we went everywhere. I went to the park. Have a good New Year's as well, Corn Dog. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you're saying, yeah, you never ever. We learned very quickly on never ever to go in and say we were bored. We were never bored. We were never bored growing up. We rode our bikes everywhere. We'd ride our bikes on a typical summer day for me growing up. Is me and my brother and maybe one of my friends. We would ride our bikes. I don't know. It's probably like 4 or 5 miles down to the swimming pool. This was back when they only had the outdoor swimming pool. They didn't make the aquatic center till later. But when they had the outdoor swimming pool, we'd ride our bikes 4 or 5 miles down to the swimming pool. We'd go swimming in the afternoon. We'd get out. We'd ride our bikes over to McDonald's. And then for like, $2, we'd get everybody hamburgers and fries and shakes or sodas or whatever for like $2 or $3. And then we would ride our bike over to the park and play in the park. And then we'd ride our bikes as fast as we could back home when it started getting dark. That was our typical summer day. And we'd have we'd have a summer pass to the pool, so we'd just get in for free. Our parents would buy us the summer pass to the pool because it was just cheap to do. You get the summer pass to the pool, and then your kids were just gone all summer because we love the swimming pool. Swimming pool was the best thing ever. And we just do that. That was our typical summer. Typical summer day.
Oh, what a way to die.
What a way to die. You ain't dying yet, buddy. There we go. This is just to pass some time. I rode my bike from afternoon till night, yeah. I love riding my bike at like moonlight. I remember getting 2nd degree sunburn on the first day the pool opened. Oh yeah, oh god. Sunscreen? What was sunscreen? There was no sunscreen. There's no sunscreen. Suck it up, Buttercup. Get a little tan.
Find something to drink.
Get a little tan. Suck it up, Buttercup. There was no such thing as sunscreen.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna die.
What was that? Yeah, there was no sunscreen. We went in raw, baby. But that was the thing too, is we wouldn't swim for very long. We'd get out of the pool and put the towel over our shoulders and stuff. After about the first week or two, we never really got sunburned. I don't remember really getting sunburned a lot when I was growing up. I don't know why. Because we were outside all day, but maybe that's also why we never got sunburned, is we were outside all day. I mean, I actually have one arm. My left arm is always darker than my right arm. Because this was the arm I drove with outside my window. It literally, you look at my two arms, and this arm is always darker than this arm.
Warrior 55
I don't know why.
subscribed.
Hey, thank you for the sub there. I appreciate that, PL. Happy New Year's to you as well. But yeah, my left arm is always darker because it's the one I always rode with, always drove with outside the window and all that stuff. I get more sunburn in winter when it was all snow. Oh gosh. I get more headaches in the winter time because my eyes are kind of light sensitive, And so when really bright light, I start to get a headache. I actually get more headaches in the wintertime than I do in the summertime. Because the cloud cover and the reflectiveness always just, it blinds me. I have to wear sunglasses more in the winter than I do the summer most of the time. AC was a luxury I couldn't afford. Oh, we didn't have AC either. My mom would get up, and she still does to this day. She usually gets up in the morning during the summers, opens up the windows in the entire house, gets the entire house aired out with the cooler summer, morning temperatures, like, 4 or 5:30 in the morning. And then come 6 or 7, she closes the entire house up, lowers the sunshades in front of the windows, and the house stays 70-ish for the rest of the day. It never got hot in the house. It never got like that hot in the house. It would stay very nice for most of the day. Five days left. Oh shoot. Are we not... Does this not count? Does this not count? I don't think... Does time in here not count? I don't think time inside there counts for our day counter. Because we slept for like 2 days in there and we still have no... I don't think our time in there counted. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks hard. I don't like that. So that cave there does not count as Forlorn Muskeg. Fun fact, a year ago, you were my first real follower on Twitch. Aww. Nice. Still don't have AC, but it's only like 14 degrees Fahrenheit out. I'm in Puerto Rico, so I had one fan. That was it. Well, Puerto Rico's probably a lot more humid as well. At least Puerto Rico was humid when I was down there. Growing up in Oklahoma in August with no AC was miserable. Well, yeah, and a lot of that has to do with how humid it can get in places too. I don't think time passes inside here. I don't think time passes inside that cave. I'm almost 90% sure it doesn't. Because we still have 5 days left in the zone, and we spent like 2 days in there making ourselves sick. Well, that sucks. I live in the East Coast, the humidity was atrocious. Yeah, but a lot of times inside caves, like if you're in the cave in, if you're in I think in Hush River Valley, if you're inside the cave in the the ice caves, I believe those still count as Hush River Valley. So weird. That's what I get for cheating. I was just trying to get the days to go by. Yeah, I did not realize that until I was like, wait, we're still on 5 days. That's crazy. Oh, hold on a second. My gaming group was wondering if I was coming tonight to game, and I'm like, no, I got other plans tonight already. I'm gonna start trying to go to games more in the new year, because I do love playing the tabletop games. Season working in the loft was character building experience. Yes, it was. It was very character building experience. Built lots of character. Put hair on your chest. We play tons of games. I think the one they want to play tonight, they always bring new games and stuff. There's one, Tales from the Red Dragon Inn, that they're gonna try tonight. And then they do love Forest Shuffle. That's not one of my favorites, but there's this game called Forest Shuffle that they really like. I'm pretty bad at it.
Survived another night.
It's mostly all Euro style tabletop games. Planet Unknown was one that we just started playing. I actually bought that one because I really liked it. Thought it was a lot of fun. Alright, we got 9 liters of water on us. Just put some water in the cave here and then we'll get gone. Yeah, dirty 90 degrees and high humidity, tossing 60-pound bales of hay on the stack center building. Oh gosh, yeah. I tossed my fair share of hay bales back in the day. Out of my aunt and uncle's farm. That was always fun. But hey, my uncle would pay us a little bit of money to do it, you know. So that was always a good thing in the summers, you know. We could go out there and toss some bales and get money to buy comics or whatever we wanted to do. I mostly do very easy games since family's not into them. Yeah, I actually got my brother and my son into games, so it's been very nice because I got my brother into the games and his wife really likes playing them too. They mainly like, we've been playing a lot of Splendor. Puerto Rico's one that we play. Woo! Reload with the 11 months. We play a bunch of Quacks as well. That's a fun one. The Quacks of Queckenberg. That's a pretty fun game. But yeah, we play and I do like Stone Age. Stone Age is pretty fun.
Happy New Year from the UK.
Hey, Happy New Year's to the UK! Thank you for the resub there as well. I appreciate that. But yeah, Quacks of Queckenberg's fun. Of course, you know, there's always Settlers of Catan, which is always fun. Iron Dragon's one of my favorite ones. That's a rail building game. I really like Iron Dragon a lot. And then I play some tabletop miniature stuff. My favorite one is Silent Death. It's an old game it was made by Iron Crown Enterprises back in the day. That's not a moose, is it? No, it's a deer. But yeah, the Silent Death is one of my favorites. It's a space battle game. It was put out by Iron Crown Enterprises, which is also the guys who made the Middle Earth role-playing system, which was a really bloated system. It was kind of cool, but it was really bloated. We play Clue, but you have to talk like and act like your character. Nice. My most difficult hurdles is some people just do not speak English. That could be a hurdle. I can see that being a problem. Yeah, we just got to go spend some time outside now.
Find some place to escape this cold.
Clue is fun, but it's also, other than the main thing that holds you back in Clue is not so much the deduction of, you know, who did it where with what weapon. It's the dice rolls that get you in and out of rooms, and that can sometimes screw you. Usually when I play Clue, I don't have a hard time like figuring out, you know, the whodunit part. It's getting to where I want to go. That's the toughest part. That's the hardest part of playing Clue sometimes, is getting the dice rolls to get you where you want to go. It's like, I want to go to this room, but you can't get to the room. You're like, somebody else beats you to it or whatever. I wish it'd be kind of cool if there was a version of Clue where you could take out your opponents. Like in certain circumstances, you can take out your opponents, or maybe a cooperative Clue where one of the peoples is the murderer. That'd be kind of fun. Now there is a really fun game, the House on Haunted Hill, I think it's called, where you all start out as a collective group playing the game, and at some point in the game there becomes a betrayal, and one of the members of your group becomes evil, and they get a goal to win the game for themselves, and then you also get a goal to win the game for the party. and you basically, yeah, it's a great, Betrayal at House on the Hill is a great game. It's a good cooperative that turns into a sort of a whodunit after a while. But it's a really fun game, and there's so many scenarios that I've never actually really played the same one twice. Because when the betrayal happens, it depends on what room you were in and what item was found, and then then the haunt begins, and one of the people in your party becomes the haunter, and their goal now it becomes revealed that they were like a vampire minion or something, and there's a vampire in the place that's trying to kill you all, and now you all have to gather certain items and get to a certain room to banish him or to kill him, and he's got minions that are now running around after you. It's really a cool game though. It's a really fun game. If you've never played Betrayal at House on the Hill, I definitely would recommend it. It's a lot of fun. And it's one of those good like cooperatives that turns into a sort of a horror type thing after a while. Another one that's really good is Shadows over Camelot. That one is cooperative, but you can also play Shadows over Camelot with a traitor if you want to. Otherwise, it's just a cooperative game where you're trying to like all reach a goal. Pandemic is another great cooperative one, where you're working together to stop a world pandemic basically. And there's different outbreaks that happen throughout the world, and you're trying to fly people around and get them to different places. So Pandemic is a really fun one to play if you like playing cooperative games. There's a lot of good cooperative games out there. There's a pirate one called Dead Men Tell No Tales, which is actually really tough. We've not won it yet. We've not won that one yet. Because you basically you're boarding a pirate ship, and you're trying to get treasures off of it. At the same time, the pirate ship is on fire, and the fire keeps spreading, and certain rooms start exploding, and there's also skeleton pirates that you have to fight. And so it's a balance between getting the treasures off of the ship, and the boat not exploding, and you not getting killed by the pirates. So and also there's skeletal minions that spawn, and if all the skeletal minions spawn, you lose. If the ship blows up, you lose. If the pirates kill you all, you lose. There's lots of ways to lose, but there's only one way to win. So it's a pretty fun little game. Now that should have passed a little bit of time for us. Yeah, now we're on day 46. That's what I thought. Okay. Let's eat a little more animal fat. Now our passing of time is actually going to work, because we're outside.
What a way to die.
Oh, Shushabai, you're fine.
I just want to die.
You ain't gonna die, buddy. I find the cooperative games are a real good way to get people into gaming, because it's a group activity, and so even people who are novices, they can play and have fun, but they don't have to have all the mechanics figured out right away. Whereas a lot of times when you have a game, say like Settlers of Catan, and people don't know what they're doing, and you're playing with people that do know what they're doing, it's hard to get people into it because they lose more often than not, because other people are way more experienced. Mostly tried FAM on like Tacta, Sushi Go, Fishing, Flip 7. Slide 5 is a really fun one as well. Slide 5 is a good one. There's a game called Daifugo that we play. You can look up the rules for Daifugo. But Slide 5, I think Slide 5 is sort of like Flip 7. I think it's the same sort of thing. Those are fun too. But yeah, there are those card games that are really fun that you can play. 4 hours and 15 minutes to go, Anna. Nice. I still got 6 hours and 15 minutes. I think 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, 7 hours. I got 7 hours. 7 hours, 15 minutes for me. I do need to make some water, though. Let's get a fire started. It's almost morning. Let's get a fire started. We have a little bit of wood on us, I'm pretty sure. We got 4 sticks. And I think I got some coal. I got a little bit of coal on me. But yeah, the card games are really easy for people to pick up sometimes too, John, just because they have that element of you know, not cooperativeness, but they translate well to non-gamers because people are familiar with cards, you know? They're familiar with holding cards in their hand and stuff like that. Yep, I'm 3 hours behind you. But yeah, I find cooperative games are a good way to get people into gaming a lot of times. It just helps that you're all working together. You know, if they have a question about it, they don't feel like in cooperative games, people don't feel like they don't feel like they have to hold back on certain information because now you'll have something up on them. They're like, oh, hey, how does this work or whatever, and it sort of gets them into the games as far as like it gets them thinking in a because playing like board games like the really difficult board games definitely takes a not intelligence, it takes a certain mindset to kind of get yourself into the position where you're ready to play them and think outside the box on certain things, because there will be a lot of most games that people play, say Monopoly or Clue or, you know, any of those sort of games, they pretty much have one victory condition. You do this, you win by this condition. This is your win condition. And this is how you achieve that win condition. You know, Monopoly, you gather the properties, you build up the properties, you charge people money, and you win because you collect more money and you have lots of properties. You know, Clue, you solve the you know, you successfully puzzle out who did it, where, and with what weapon. You get to the room, you declare that you're going to solve it. You solve it, game over. You know, a game like Splendor, though, you have like one thing you can do during your turn. You can take money, you can take money pieces, you can buy a card, or you can take a gold and take one of the cards off the board. There's like 3 things you can do. But how you do them and what order you do them in, it's only 15 points to win, but there's so many ways, there's so many avenues to get to that you kind of have to think outside the box on how to get to it. And that's the thing, is like the winning, the way to get to victory in a lot of these more complicated games, the way to get to victory is not one straight path. There's lots of pieces that fit into it. I have played Axis and Allies before. I'm not a big fan of Axis and Allies. It's fun, but it's kind of it's a fun game, but it doesn't really. It's kind of one of those where the victory conditions, you know, you have your victory condition, and there's certain ways to play if you're playing certain countries. If you're playing either the Axis or the Allies, there's certain ways to go about victory. There's some variants you can do on it, but I just don't find it to be that exciting, to be honest. Risk is the same sort of thing. I don't find Risk to be that interesting either. Some of the randomness that goes into those, some of it has to do with randomness. I'm not a big fan. I like some randomness, but I don't like things determined sometimes by dice rolls. I mean, dice rolls can make it fun. It makes it more dynamic, I guess. Because you can go, so say like in a game like Risk, you can go in with an overwhelming force against an enemy, and if they keep rolling good enough, if they roll the right dice, you cannot win. Even though your force is overwhelming. And so that's the thing, is like, there's And so there's some, you know, games that work with dice pretty well, and it's fun to do some randomness sometimes. I don't like dice mixed with strategy games so much. I like strategy games to be more based on strategy than randomness. But, you know, that's how, you know, dice are a big part of most games. A lot of games really have to work with dice. Roll for the Galaxy is actually a really fun dice game where you build a cup of dice over time to achieve certain results that you want, and determined by what kind of dice you get, it gives you a better or lesser chance of getting certain rolls. And so you can kind of manage it a little bit in Roll to the Galaxy, or Roll for the Galaxy. You can kind of manage it a little bit, which makes it, I think, to be more fun. If there is some randomness combined with a little bit of control over the randomness, like you can build the odds in your favor, you know, sort of like what they do in, you know, Hunger Games. May the odds be forever in your favor. You can sort of force the odds to be in your favor sometimes, which is kind of fun. But yeah, I mean, like you said, dice work for some games, not for others. You know, and sometimes it's really fun to have dice. I kind of like more worker placement, decision games. Is that a wolf? That's a wolf. That's a wolf right there. I want him. Come here, Mr. Wolfie. But yeah, I kind of like worker placement games a little bit better, just because I feel like I have more control over them. Damn you. And that probably went right in the middle of the ice, too. Damn you, come back here, Wolfie! Don't run away from your feelings! Like, Flip 7 is totally random. You can't really personally affect the game. It's perfect for just throwing some cards. Yeah, and there's a lot of games like that where you can't control the outcome. A lot of card games are like that, although a lot of card games are not like that. I mean, my dad was so good at cribbage that he could tell by what you gave him and by what you've played, he could tell pretty much exactly what you had in your hand. He could tell exactly what you were going for. My dad was that good at cribbage. And his father was even better at cribbage than he was. I sucked at cribbage. I would always get so pissed at cribbage because I'd be like, how do you know what I have in my hand? And he's like, well, the odds are you have this because there's not many other options. It wasn't even so much card counting. He'd just know what he had. He'd see what you played, what you gave him. And then he just kind of figured this is what you got. And once you started playing, it would be confirmed. See, I was never good at chess. Chess was never my bag. But yeah, it's sort of card counting in a way. Back in the day, played a dice game called Yahtzee. Yahtzee was a lot of fun. Yahtzee was a lot of fun. A lot of canasta with my mom and grandma growing up. Did you really run across the ice here? You really ran across the ice there. I can't run across the ice there. This is weak ice. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Here he is. He came across this way. Okay. He came across this way. Where did you go, Mr. Wolfie? Is that you over there? Damn wolf. All I wanted was some food. 15-2, 15-4, 15-6, 2 or 8, 2 or 12, double run for 15, or whatever it is. My dad was so good at cribbage, though. Oh my god. He was amazing at cribbage. If I beat my dad at cribbage, which I did beat him every once in a while, it was a pretty big deal. It was a pretty big deal if I could beat my dad at cribbage. My kid was, and my kid was and is a master of dice at Yahtzee. Well, Yahtzee is definitely one of those where you play the odds of what you're going to roll. And certain times you have no choice. You have to go for certain, dice sets. But other times you can definitely Oh, well, we're finding more cattails over here, too. Okay, I guess the wolf taking us on this little journey. He's helping us find cattails. I don't think he meant to help us find cattails, but he's helping us find some. But yeah, I used to love to play cribbage with my dad. My dad and his dad loved to play cribbage together, too. As good as my dad was, his father was even better. Grab a couple sticks while we're over here. Good God, that wolf has run all... That's one thing I do like, but I don't like at the same time, is animals have a lot wider range of running now. They run a lot further than they used to. It used to be animals would kind of run in a certain area and that would be it. And once they hit a boundary, they just bounce and they'd come back. Now they just run all over the place. That was phenomenal. Chinese checker. I hate playing that game with him. There's certain games that... Oh, is that the wolf there? That's him there. There's certain games that we... like my friend Ray, he's really, really good at Robo Rally. He just is really good at Robo Rally. If we play Robo Rally, he's usually going to win. If we play a train game, Bill's usually going to win. Bill loves playing train games, and we all know why, because he's really, really good at them. There's just certain games that certain people are really good at. I'm pretty much not good at any games. I just enjoy playing them. I don't even care if I win. I just have fun playing it. There's my arrow. Thank you for my arrow there, son. You know what? I bet I could start a Magellan's fire here. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. My fresh chess set only got like 10 plays, never played again after I did a no clue what it was, like an 8-move checkmate.
Come on.
Yeah, you know, chess is one of those that you definitely... Chess is definitely one of those that's a higher level game. I don't play chess because I'm really not that good at it. I know how all the pieces move and all that sort of stuff, but strategy-wise, I don't know what I'm doing.
Might have to drop some gear.
I have no clue what I'm doing in chess. That gets us a little bit of food. In northern Michigan, we play a lot of... What is... Eschure. I don't know what that is. But to never win gets depressing. You know... I win every once in a while. That's the thing is, like, I figure most of the board games I play, I'm playing with 4 or 5 other people. So my odds of winning are very low. But then again, the odds of anybody winning at the table are low. For the most part. I mean, if you're playing a game with 4 other people, 4 of you are probably going to lose. 4 people are going to lose, 1 person's going to win. So the odds of winning are pretty low. So you just kind of try to make the best of it you can and go from there. I do actually play Outpost pretty well. Outpost, I probably have a better win-loss record on Outpost than about any other game. I really enjoy Outpost a lot. Outpost is a game where you build factories to get money to build bigger factories. To get more money to build bigger factories. To get more money to win the game. So yeah. Euchre. Okay, Euchre. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I do pretty good at Outpost most of the time. Outpost I'm pretty good at.
Drop any of this gear.
Dyson Sphere. Yeah, it's kind of like Dyson Sphere, I guess. A little bit. Hey, Rapid. How's it going? Get over this log here. Whoopsie. Still play Yahtzee today sometimes. Nice. Yeah, my brother still has Yahtzee banging around somewhere. I enjoy Yahtzee. Yahtzee's a fun game. Yahtzee! Is that a rose hip? That's rose hips. There's rose hips right here. I guess I never picked these up. Nice. Got a little bit of stanky meat on me. A little bit of stank on me now. But Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you all are having a great New Year. Or New Year's Eve if you're not there yet. I know some people have already rolled into the new year. So huzzah if you have. Hey, there's some more cattails. Nice. I think all the EU's New Year's now. Yeah, I think so, because I think England has hit New Year as well, so that would mean all of Europe is, because England's as far west as you can go before you hit that ocean. How are you keeping scurvy at bay right now? We ate a ton of fish in Bleak Inlet, Bavella. We ate a crap ton of fish in Bleak Inlet, and then we've also been eating some cattails while we're here. And we've also found a couple cans of food, and we've also drank some birch bark and mushroom teas as well, because those give you vitamin C as well. So several ways, but our biggest way is that we spent probably the last week or so in Bleak Inlet eating nothing but fish. We did a lot of fishing, and that was all we ate. That way our because the vitamin C goes from 0 to 500. When it gets to 100, you start having vitamin C deficiency. You start getting, the risk of scurvy. And when it gets to 0, you actually get scurvy. So we wanted to get it up as high as we could, because we can do fishing in Mountain Town, but we can't do fishing in this zone. This zone and Broken and Black Rock have no fishing in it. Any New Year's resolutions for you? Well, I'm going to get a new car. I have no vehicle right now. So I'm going to get a car. I've been saving up, so my New Year's resolution is to get my car situation squared away. And get my taxes paid off for last year. Since I still owe the government about $5,000 for basically making nothing. But self-employment tax is a bitch. It's not even so much that I owe money on taxes, it's Social Security. It's Social Security. When you're self-employed, your Social Security tax kills you if you haven't saved up for it. So, yeah. So my goal, we never searched this. So my goal is to get my tax stuff squared away and get my car going. But yeah, self-employment tax kills you if you have nothing to offset it. See, for me, self-employment tax was not a big deal, because I call it self-employment tax. It's technically your Social Security tax. When you're employed by somebody, you pay about 7% out of your check, 7.5%, something like that, out of your check towards Social Security. And the employer picks up another 7.5%. One of those hidden costs that they don't really tell you about that the employers cover. Now, when you're self-employed, you pick up both halves. So you're paying about 14% of whatever money you make self-employed towards Social Security tax, towards the FICA. So you're paying out of that, and that's just Social Security. That's not income tax. That's not anything else. So that's what hits you hard, because because my tax load for last year was pretty much 0. I didn't make enough to really owe money and income tax. But Social Security tax you always have to pay. That's why a lot of people will start small corporations and then just take they'll take distributions from the corporation, because distributions are not counted as income for Social Security tax purposes. Like when I had my distributorship, when I was working for the Oregonian, and I had I was self-employed, I was on 1099s, I set up my corporation, and I took a salary from it. That was taxable income tax as well as Social Security tax. But I also took deductions, or not deductions. I took distributions from the company as well, which are still subject to income tax, but they are not subject to Social Security tax. So you still have to pay income tax on them. You just don't have the Social Security tax burden on them as well, which saves you a bunch of money on that end. Which, if you're not doing that, you need to do that. I finally started drawing out what I paid in. I've been self-employed since 1991. Yeah, so I kind of got screwed last year on it a little bit because I had a rough year, and I just had a lot of expenses I wasn't expecting, and problems and stuff, and wasn't making as much as I was hoping, and it was just a bad year overall. This year's better, and this year I actually had him take out extra money out of my withholding at work. So hopefully by the time it hits tax season this year, I'll have had him take out enough that I won't really get much back, or I won't get anything back, but they will use whatever I'm supposed to get back, whatever my refund is, will be applied against my tax debt from last year, and I'll owe them, I won't owe them that much. So I won't owe them that much, which will be nice. Is that a fresh deer hide? No, that's cured. Okay, that's cured. So yeah, Social Security tax can get you down, but yeah, this year I got it worked out a little bit better. So eat a few kitty cat tails, yum yum. We found some. We're gonna get so many cattails in Mountain Town, and so many cattails in Hush River Valley. We can just chow down on cattails for pretty much ever. YouTube didn't like those symbols. YouTube doesn't like symbols. They don't like symbols. Ching. Uncle Sam sure can take a bite out of you. Yeah, always does. Alrighty, we do have more birch bark we can prepare up. That's nice. I think I actually is this full of birch bark tea? No, it's not. All right, so we got a full flask of birch bark tea. We got one there. I got all my things and stuff for the new zone. Yeah, everything I want for the new zone is sitting over, all ready to go. And we've got exactly 3 days left. He's very careful in owing the government money. They're not forgiving group of people. No, they're not. But I mean, I set up a payment program at this point, so they're taking like 180, 165 bucks a month from me they're taking 165 every month, but interest and penalties accrue. So hopefully by the time my taxes are ready to go, I'm going to file my taxes as early as I can, and that will hopefully offset my, it'll offset my tax debt that I have right now to a pretty good extent, if not wipe it out completely, so I won't have it any longer, which will be nice. I worked for city EMS agency. I wasn't taking out federal taxes on my paychecks. That was a fun year. Oh, that's so horrible, man. That sucks. Is there any upcoming games you're very interested in playing besides Black Frost? State of Decay 3, super excited by. If State of Decay 3, though, God, I've been hearing about that since, like, what, 2018? I would love to see State of Decay 3 come out. I would love to see State of Decay 3 come out. I don't know when or if it ever is, but I would love for that to come out sometime in the future. Let's see here. What else am I looking for? Of course, Long Dark, the new Long Dark, that one I'm looking forward to when it comes out. Black Frost, Long Dark 2. That game Light No Fire, I'm kind of interested in seeing what that one looks like. But State of Decay 3 is definitely one. Let's see, what other ones are there coming out? The Expanse video game, I think that one, I don't know when that's coming out, but it's like an action RPG. I'm kind of curious about that. Subnautica 2, I'm kind of on the fence about. I honestly, I can't say I'm super excited. I'm cautiously excited about Subnautica 2, but since all of the kerfuffle with the creators of the game and all the stuff that went down with the company firing them and it seeming like they did it just for the dollars, I'm kind of dubious about it now. I will be going back and playing Subnautica this next month, though. This next month will be Subnautica January. So I am going to start playing Subnautica a little bit. I want to get through another run of Subnautica. I try to play Subnautica once a year. Subnautica 2, though, I'm not going to say no, but I'm cautiously optimistic about it. I don't know if it's going to be fun, though, or not. God, there's a lot of stuff on sale right now. A lot of stuff on sale. Let's see what else is there. Falling Frontier is what I've been following for a while. It's more of an RTS game, though, and I'm not, those don't really stream that well. Other than Long Dark, what are your other longest hours game played? 7 Days to Die. Seven Days to Die with 1,600 hours. Dyson Sphere with 900 hours. Escape the Pacific with almost 500 hours. Icarus with 430 hours. Stellaris with 389 hours. Medieval Dynasty with 387 or 67. Red Dead Redemption 2 with 346. Subnautica with 324. State of Decay with 242. State of Decay 2, that is. Civilization 6 with 200 hours. Planet Crafter with 200 hours. American Truck Sim with 200 hours. Farm Sim 25 with 200 hours. Farm Sim 22 with 187 hours. And then it just goes down from there. Starfield with 110 hours. That's 110 hours I'll never get back. That's 110 hours I'll never get back. That was such a disappointing game. I tried to play it again in the New Game Plus and just had no interest. I was like, eh. It did not interest me that much. But yeah, those are my top games that I have. Those are the top ones that I got. But yeah, I mean, I haven't played Escape the Pacific in ages. I know they've gotten a lot of updates, so I probably should get back to it and play it sometime. Icarus I haven't played in a long time either. Icarus is a really fun game. It's more of a... The main problem I have with Icarus is that it's more... It's not really a problem. The thing with Icarus is that it's more of a social game. It's more of one that is a lot more fun to play with multiple people. Like have multiple people doing stuff in it. You can play it solo. It's just I don't think it's much fun solo. But yeah, Icarus is a lot of fun. Icarus is a great game, and they've been updating Icarus now for 212 weeks. They have had an update. Every Friday for 212 weeks, Icarus has come out with an update. Sometimes they're not big, sometimes they're huge, but Icarus has had a ton of updates come out, which is just crazy. And they got a bunch of DLCs now out. They did a really good job with Icarus. A really good job. Hey, Render, how you doing? Welcome to 2026. Well, it's not 2026 yet. Not 2026 yet. It's getting there, though. Let's pass a little time. Yeah, it's a lot of fun with other people. It really, truly is. And it really lends itself, I think, a lot better to be played with other people. It's $3.49 right now on Steam. Wow, I'd go pick it up. If you like Icarus, boys and girls, there is a lot. There is DLCs to it and stuff now. But yeah, right now Icarus is 90% off. Now there are the expansions for it, the Styx expansion, New Frontiers expansion, the Great Hunts campaign. I tried Conan Exiles, wasn't my thing. I didn't really get into it. But yeah, Icarus is $4 right now. $4 for the base game. I actually liked Icarus so much that I played during the beta weekends, and then I went back and I bought the like fancy version of the game just because I appreciated what they did so much. Yeah, Conan was not that great. I know a lot of people who like Conan. Rhiney Beef really likes Conan. Tylea Mount Singer really likes Conan. I think it's one of those where you really have to, you know, have been into it for a while. I think Conan is a hard entry for new players at this point, but, you know, that's how it is with a lot of games that have come out and, you know, it's sort of matured over time and gotten bigger, and it's a lot of times like that with games like EverQuest or WoW, you know, with World of Warcraft. They're hard to get into once they've been out for a while because the threshold of experience has gone up so much that it's not really, it's the threshold of entry is a lot higher than it was in the beginning. Like in the beginning of me I played EverQuest and EverQuest 2 for like 14 years. And I played EverQuest for about 4 to 6 years, and I played EverQuest 2 for about 8 to 10 years. And the problem I found with those games is that early on I had a lot of fun because nobody really knew what was going on, especially with EverQuest. In the early days of EverQuest, there were no online guides. Well, there were a few online guides, but they were all text guides, and they were all real sketchy, and sometimes they really didn't work. But I played EverQuest up until right after Gates of Discord came out. Planes of Power, though, pretty much ruined. There was an expansion called Planes of Power that came out for EverQuest that pretty much ruined the game for me. At that point, once Planes of Power came out, all anybody ever wanted to do was raid in the Planes of Power. That's all. That's what the whole game became about. And nobody wanted to do lower level zones. Nobody wanted to grind anything in on the moon. Nobody wanted to go grind stuff in any of the older zones. Nobody wanted to go do anything at lower levels for the most part. And it kind of ruined the game for me in a lot of ways. And it also made fast travel. It made fast travel a thing, which I hated that. You always had quote unquote fast travel in EverQuest, but if you wanted to travel fast somewhere, you had to either get a druid or a wizard to portal you to a certain spot. And there were dangers that went along with it. If you were an evil character and you got druids to portal you to a druid ring, you were probably going to get attacked by the druids when you got out of the portal, unless you were invisible or something like that. Or you could port to the wizard spires with a wizard. But it was a limited type of fast travel, and there was only so many places you could do it to. Once Planes of Power came out, you could basically go to the Plane of Tranquility, I think it was. You could go there, and you could take a port stone to basically any zone in the game. Which just basically, not only did it make the game smaller, but it also put a lot of wizards and druids out of work because they could make good money porting people around to places. And once that went away, they didn't really have much money they could make. Plus, Planes of Power made it so you could just buy all your spells as well, which kind of sucked. But here I am getting on an EQ rant. It's EQ rant time, baby. Just like WoW with Group Finder, yeah. See, I never played WoW. I never got into. I tried World of Warcraft and I just couldn't get into it. The graphics just threw me and I just couldn't get into it. I don't know. But yeah, well, and then EverQuest got to the point where they started merging servers. They started they started merging servers. They started they gave you mercenaries that you could hire, and most everybody just hired the healer mercenary, because then you could just go solo stuff because you basically had a healer in tow. I mean, you had to be careful still, but you didn't have as much chance of dying with the healer, and the healer could actually res you as well if you had a high enough healer. So, all right, let's pass an hour's worth of time. We're going to be switching over and playing a little bit of Expedition 33 today. I am going to take a short break, though, because I really have to use the restroom. And I need to go get changed. And I need to go grab a drink. World of Warships used to be great. Nowadays it's money grab. Matching system is censored. Is garbage. It's garbage. Well, I think a lot of games like that. I think the main thing that killed EverQuest for me was when they went free to play. When they went free to play, it changed the whole dynamic of the game. Because before they were free to play, I don't care if somebody had 5 accounts. They were paying for each one of those accounts. If they were botting a group of characters, they were paying for each one of those accounts. It didn't matter. I was like, okay, that's fair. They're paying $50-$60 to play this game because it was like $15 a month. Hey, Nick Nash, how you doing? How's it going? Once it became free to play, it became less. B-Jans, Mute Visitor, Blackie, Yargalt, and Barsman, welcome on in. Faith, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Dr. Shanks-a-lot, have a good one, my friend. Take care. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Well, we are going to wrap it up for Long Dark there. I'll be back in just a few minutes. We're going to be playing a little Expedition 33. We're working our way through Act 1. I have played all the way through Act 1 and a little bit into Act 2 before, but that was like right when the game came out, and then I got super busy with work, and I couldn't play it, so I'm starting over because I know more now, and I'm going to do things a little bit differently, knowing based on what I know, and then we're going to be working our way through Act 1 and into Act 2 maybe today. I don't know if we're going to get to the end of Act 1 or not, but we'll see. Those of you on YouTube, I will be starting over the video here in just a minute, so don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment below on the Long Dark stuff, and the YouTubers, I will see you all after a while. Bye! And for those of you here on Twitch, we are just going to switch over.